Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Welcome in to the NA Outhouses. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have Backwards Green Shells with an Ekib Maev, Izek Malthael, Lazy Hydra Stukov, Randy Newman on the Hanzo, and Stark will be playing the Mei. On the right, it will be hashtag sub to Baja. I didn't choose the name, so
Battle begins.
you have to hashtag sub to Baja. Kaimo Tripson will be playing Rhaegar, Miller on the Vala, apparently making you snowblind. Kalavoth is your Johanna, Schumann ETC, and Iron on the Ariel.
1. Let the battle begin.
Twitch Gamble's up and available. Let's get into our first little outhouse match of the day. Medic Sonic Arrows, discovering the location of our Johanna. Scatter Arrows from Randy Newman at level 1, simple geometry, trying to build up that stackage and get the extra scatters. Malthael with on a pale horse. Has 150% movement speed when he's mounted. Ekib in top lane with the Umbral Bind on the Kaimo Tripson, who loves to tank tower shots.
First blood.
And Kaimo goes down the only way he knows how. By his choice of running into towers. ETC will be handling bottom lane for the time being. You got Malthael coming down here to manage that. Auto attack build for Vala, as we do have the Ariel hatting her. It's all in time, Gamble. Let's go. There you go. All in on sub to Baja. Any odds for the Backwards Green Shellers? Kaimo is just utilizing his death so that way he can respawn faster and get to this camp faster. Obviously. Over on the left-hand side, we do have this siege camp going to be grabbed by Lazy Hydra and Randy Newman. Maev rotating down to bottom, but I don't think ETC is going to get caught out and picked off. But Malthael splits off. He'll start working on the Bruiser camp for the side of Backwards Green Shells. And sub to Baja in top lane will continue to push in. Iron and Miller. Iron Miller Coffee. Almost taking down the entire tower in the fort front gate. Some blinds from Stark just to deny some of those auto attacks. No backward green shell believers in chat. Awkward. Very awkward. Lurking arm down from Stukov as the Ariel drops a heal. Kaimo Tripson working his way back up here as well. And this will be an offset push, favoring the side of sub to Baja. Miller with the last bit of mana available, able to vault out of that snow, that blizzard, but doesn't look like there would have been a kill either way. Rhaegar back into mid lane. Seems like we have a push from Malthael that was grabbed, and there was also that camp that Kaimo grabbed, which is going to be cleared away. We'll have Bruiser camp shoved into the fort front gate of hashtags of the Baja. Detainment Strike pushes back Lazy Hydra in top lane. First objective phase will be in top. Stark almost going down, but the healing pathogen activated by the Lazy Hydra keeps him alive. Malthael in bottom lane will soak up as best as he can, and actually ETC is going to be the one who needs to play it safe for the time being. My points will be flushed. There's a strong possibility. It's honestly mind-boggling. No one will play the odds for Backwards Green Shell. Oh, look at that! It's Lazy Hydra, just in time to put a Twitch prediction on, so that way points don't go down the drain. 7 talent tier almost here on the left-hand side for Backwards Green Shell as Stark goes in with the icing. We have the Spirit of Vengeance as well from Ekib activated. Miller gets hit with an Umbral Bind. The Cleanse from Kaimo a little too early. The Condemn from Johanna coming in. Randy Newman looking for the scatter, looking for the kill. But the Ariel body blocks the damage incoming, and Vala will not go down with the tiny, tiny sliver of HP she had left. Oh, is there 10 points on Green Shell? Did someone put it? Okay, good. It's not updating for me because Twitch is being Twitch, but yeah. As long as we got odds. Questionable. Alright, anyways. All of that aside, we got our first tribute, second tribute spawn, excuse me, in the top left. So third tribute will be in this bottom left, or bottom right position. Directions apparently are a struggle this morning. The auto attacks, though, continue in top lane. Fort front gate taking a significant amount of damage. Vala with 59 stacks. Gonna raise that up a little bit more on Stark in top lane. Fan of Knives pinned down level 4. Just 1 stack on that right now, so 1 reward of the 4. Oh, wait. For a bind on Dakaimo trips in. Blizzard from Mei, Lurking Arm from Stukov. Decent damage on Dakaimo, and he does go down. A second kill to the side of backwards green shells. As hashtag sub to Baha, we'll have to give this objective phase. Oh, all of a sudden it's 19,100. Oh, okay. I like that. Good attempt on a number bind from Ekeep right there. Scatters onto Iron, icing in from Mei as well. But unfortunately, no kill. No activation on that Spirit of Vengeance, I don't think, yeah. Well, 2 out of 3 tributes to the side of backwards green shells. As our third, as I mentioned, will be in the bottom right. And it is going to be spawning down over there. Johanna activates Iron Skin, able to back away just fine. 10 talent here on the left-hand side. We haven't really cycled through the other numbers, but we get a Dragon's Arrow. For the Hanzo, Avalanche, Mei, Last Rites, Containment Disc, and Flailing Swipes, as the Containment Disc was attempted onto Schumann, who was able to power slide away. Randy Newman with the last little bit of damage onto that Fort Front Gate Tower. Lazy Hydra throwing out a weighted Pustule onto Schumann. 10's on the right are here as well. Crystal Aegis. We'll also be seeing the stage dive from ETC as it comes in. The Bless Shield from Jahan, as well as the Rain of Vengeance and Ancestor Healing. And that is Lazy Hydra going down. Stark is going to get bopped around. The Cryo Freeze activated. The Blizzard down on the ground to try and create some space. Unfortunately, the Avalanche won't be enough unless maybe, no, Kaimo Tripson gets the self-cast Ancestral and he'll be able to wolf run out of this. Ekeep does go down and everything falls apart in these moments for the side of backwards green shells. As hashtag sub to Baha gets the 3rd tribute and denies the curse to the enemy team. And right now it's looking very good for this boss grab. Death timers are still relatively low, but Maiev is still dead for the next 3 seconds. It's an offset fight. The scatter to scout. Healing pathogen pre-spread to the allies. And Malthael's going in. Detainment strike against the wall. Big Rain of Vengeance onto 3. Power slide onto them as well. And that is a wonderful CC combination into the Malthael. He does go down as the Spirit of Vengeance is not going to be reactivated into the enemy team. And a scatter will deny Schumann the Hearth. But I don't know if he was actually going for it there. New round of tributes. New one's going to be in the top left over here. Boss and bottom lane will preoccupy Ekeep. Well, it looks like Hanzo, they... What? Is this being given? ETC does have Stage Dive. Could use that to get over here and interrupts anyone channeling. Okay, the positioning was just looking really weird on the minimap, but no, okay. The members of hashtag sub to Baha are going to be heading over towards this objective. Johanna checks the bush with a shield glare. And Lazy Hydra will do the same with a Lurking Arm. Bottom keep does go down. ETC amplifying the push. Speaking of ETC, stage dives in. There was a Bless Shield from Johanna there as well. Rain of Vengeance connecting onto 1. ETC power sliding on the right-hand side. Kaimo Tripson will be delayed by a Blizzard of Stark. A Dragon's Arrow eaten by Johanna. Kolobuff getting really low. The Avalanche over the wall. Does Johanna have a way out of this? I mean, yeah, she can Hearth. Nope, the minion wave's right there. This is kind of awkward. Hanzo's going to discover her. Oh, I guess Stark died? No one saw it. It doesn't matter. Never mind. We were busy looking at the Johanna. Who also did go down as well. Umbra bind onto Iron right now. Pulls the Ariel in. Crystal Aegis applied to the Vala. Nope, that was Crystal Aegis on the Ariel. There was a containment disc onto Vala as Kaimo Tripson's being run down currently. Randy Newman should be able to close the distance with a couple arrows. Malthael actually gets the damage over time. Ekeep with the channel, and first curse goes over to the side of backwards green shells. Hot dog. Quick work of these waves. ETC is able to Hearth out. 18 out of 20 stacks for his level 1. As we take a look at Malthea in bottom lane, he's like, the minion wave will do all the work for me. I'm going to go ahead and just push things up. Damage over time from his mark will take those minions down. The top lane fort does go down, as well as Stark and friends rotating into mid, but they're not going to show. Malthea being chased down in bottom lane. 1-2, and ETC further behind. 4 members trying to take down Malthea, and I think they will be able to. The Blessed Shield should close things out. Mid lane fort is going to go down. E-Keep with a bit of damage under the keep front gate. Bottom lane fort was taken out. It is a triple fort phase for the side of backwards green shells. Hashtag sub to Baha. As we always say, forts just hold you back from winning, so obviously our red team's going to win. It's the only logic you can throw at it.
Enough. The curse is over. I think most of it.
Camp on this left side going to be grabbed. Check to the boss over here. I don't know. Are they going to go for this? No. Actually, yes. Boss in bottom lane, a minute 36. I wouldn't be surprised if Stark goes and checks this, but no, he's got all the time in the world. Checks one bush with a snowblind. Dragon's Arrow thrown in. Mei goes in with the icing as well. It was a nice attempt and anticipation for the enemy to be closer out to that point, but so many red team members are going to be away from that boss pit as Kaimo trips and does tag the boss again. Flailing swipes from Lazy Hydra do go out. Containment disc kind of locking ETC in place right there. What's up, Crush? Good to see you, bud. Happy Thursday to you, my friend. Very happy that the painting arrived, and it arrived all in one easy piece. I hope the packaging wasn't too much to take apart, because sometimes it can be. Nice avalanche from Mei. Steals the boss away from the enemy as Kaimo trips in. Was the one consumed by that. Gets the self-cast Ancestral. Big triple Umbral Bind, pulling back some of the enemies here. Johanna steps back with a Condemn. Big lurking arm underneath the Ariel. The scatter from Hanzo will assist in the double kill. As Stukov lurking arm takes down that Ariel. And we do have boss pushing top lane. And this will be your Bruiser Camp grab for mid. Everything's looking good for the side of backwards green shells in map number 1 in the NA outhouses. I was considering hanging up the whole package for the first picture. You would have gotten such a good chuckle out of me. You would have gotten a hearty laugh out of me for that. Umbral Bind onto Kaimo, who gets pulled into the boss stun. ETC stage dives in, trying to make something happen, but unfortunately nothing will. And this is looking promising for the side of backwards green shells. Condemn from Johanna, Spirit of Vengeance in. Umbral Bind pulls the Ariel out of position again. Malthea Last Rites just now coming off a cooldown. Crystal Aegis, though, on the opposing side as well. Middle lane wave is pushed onto the keep. The boss gets some core scratches. Down to 85%. Siege Giant still rocking in. Maiev does go down. Vala finding that kill. 179 stacks, but Vala's also got that Manticore level 16, which is a big damage dealer. Isaac with a channel. Let's see really quickly. Vala has not died, so she's full Gambit, if you are curious. Full Kree to the Hunter, 25%. Amazing gameplay. Absolutely amazing gameplay. Now, that avalanche was fantastic. I did drop a handful of frames at the start of the stream today, so after this game, people might want to refresh. Stream might be a tad behind for some people. But we are back on enhanced broadcast system, so I'm like 10K bitrate. So when we do drop frames, like the transcoding should really take over and just pretty much manage it. But either way, a Dragon's Arrow comes out from the bottom lane keep front gate area. Unfortunately, Mei does go down. A stage dive in from ETC. The flailing swipes coming out from Stukov. Lazy Hydra getting harassed by the cow on the left-hand side, and Kaimo Trips getting low as well. The boss looks like it's gonna leash. Nope. Miller gets the tag with some auto attacks. Sonic Arrow in from Malthea, or from Hanzo. Good ETC power slide, denies anyone from stepping in. Boss is gonna be grabbed by the side of hashtag sub to Baha, and they also get the kill into Malthea here.
Red team's core is under attack.
Meanwhile, in top lane, some catapults have arrived, but I do believe ETC is going to be hearthing out, and they'll lose some shielding, but no permanent damage. As this is going to be 2 out of 3 tributes to the side of hashtag sub to Baha. Containment strike from the Ariel, just pushing people around here. In bottom lane with the Siege Giants amplifying damage onto the keep front gate with this boss. Is this a commitment to push and end? ETC stage dive is off of cooldown, and he's currently working on the mid lane wave, denying any sort of damage onto their keep. There's an avalanche, and unfortunately that overlapped with containment disc, so Johanna won't be displaced twice. Kalavoth stepping up, activates the Iron Skin, tanking a couple tower shots. The keep will go down in bottom lane. And the disengage is called. Top left of the map is going to be your next tribute. Could be a curse for the side of hashtag sub to Baha, which will allow them to take down these forts in top and mid and open up the map, get that periodic catapult pressure. Maybe they can go for top lane keep and even things out over there. A quick camp to be grabbed on the left-hand side. ETC, as I mentioned, has been just soaking out of his mind right now. And we can take a look at the experience between these two teams. You can see minion experience is about 5k difference because ETC keeps splitting off and split soaking. It's being made up in mercenaries, a bit in structures, but a Dragon's Arrow coming across this engagement will not connect onto anyone. Crystal Aegis from the Ariel activated. No level 20 on either side. A big heal onto E-Keep from the Lazy Hydra. The Flailing Strike's activated as well. ETC power sliding away from the Blizzard. A good scatter from Isaac, connecting onto a few. Unfortunately, Stark's Cryo Freeze or Flash Cryo Freeze will... well, Stark got left behind by his teammates. Everyone else was like, we're leaving, and Stark was like, but I had Cryo Freeze. So mid lane fort looks like, oh, are they just ending? Are they just sidewall and ending? You got Ice Aged. That's good. I like that. I will have to steal that from you, Stark. All at the last second. A curse, a good fight, 20 talent tier. It looks like hashtag sub to Baha will take the first map of the day in the NA Outhouses. What a turn of tables, honestly. Backwards green shells were in the driver's seat for the vast majority of that, and one bad team fight in the late game. It wasn't just one bad team fight. There were a couple. Let's be honest. There was a couple bad team fights for the side of backwards green shells, and hashtag sub to Baha was able to capitalize on that couple little mistakes. They went, I saw the Blinded by the Light. No, sorry. I saw the Shield of Hope, and then I heard the audio for Blinded by the Light. I'm pretty sure. Unless I have the audios backwards on those. Let's see. Which team wins Cursed Hollow? It was hashtag sub to Baha. Which, by the way, if you sub to Baha, we'll have 300 subs. That's all I gotta tell you. I don't think we'll have it happen anytime soon, but we do have a new, I did replace the Scooby Toot 30 sub alert with something that I find very, very funny. I have played it on stream, so some of you may be able to piece that together. Well, let's go ahead and roll out some ads and get ready for another map in the NA Outhouses.
Prepare yourselves for
Welcome back, everybody, into the NA Outhouses. My name's Bahamut on the left-hand side. We're looking at a backwards green shells, or backwards green shell enjoyers. But that's just too long. Anyways, Miller is going to be your Brightwing, Ekeb on the Mephisto, Lazy Hydra playing Mal'Ganis, Kalavoth as the Leoric, and Randy Newman is your Greymane. Right side of the map is hashtag sub to Baha. Schumann with the Garrosh, Kaimo Trips and Blaze, Isaac Zarya, Chesslooter Vala, and Iron will be your Ariel.
Let the battle begin.
Wait, hold on. No one did it. Oh, wait, there it is! There you go. Start prediction. Which team's going to win Battlefield? It was you. It was you, Lazy Hydra, who clicked on the thing. Absolute Gigachad, the Lazy Hydra picking Mal'Ganis first in this game. Genuinely, why would you not want to pick Mal'Ganis first? Is there like an easy counter into him? Like you just play a bunch of range? And then he can't step up with Fell Claws, or whenever he does, you just run away and keep autoing him? You think heroes that can deal damage can be an issue? Wait, what? Wait, what? So, like, everybody? Am I getting the joke? Q build Vala, Zarya with the Demolitions Expert. Oh, it's everybody, okay. I've seen, there are some Mal'Ganis players who I really do see them get fantastic value, but I do think those are the Mal'Ganis games where he's picked last, but uh-oh. He's dead. No, Brightwing, don't do it! Miller. I don't know about this, Miller. I don't know about this. Oh no, Lazy Hydra tried to use Fell Claws and basically set up a body block on himself. 1-for-1 trade. But I have seen, I will say this, I do see a lot of Mal'Ganis, not a lot, but I do see Mal'Ganis here and there at like high level play. But of course it's always like last pick. So that was that was like the question, like, is there like some sort of known counter? Like, oh, you pick Diablo, we're gonna play Garrosh. It's not like, oh, we pick Garrosh, we win the game, but there is that kind of setup counter. Oh, you pick Tracer, we're gonna go ahead and grab Varian. Mockery would disagree, but that's just one person. Legendary combo, yeah. I wonder if he's gonna go Grail and Kill. I wonder if he's gonna take a quality talent at level 13. Toss on to Kalavoth. Leoric is trying to get away from Schumann. Kaimo chips him with a jet propulsion to the face of this Leoric as a Groundbreaker does connect. No Warbreaker level 1. Okay. Paralyzing Rage for our Leoric. We have top lane wave being managed by Kalavoth. Lazy Hydra just trying to back away right now. Auto attacks continuing to go in. There's no I in team. Well, there is if you spell team incorrectly. Keem is gonna shade forward and particle grenades will continue out from Zarya. Yeah, see, exactly. Fell Claws going on under Chest Litter, throwing out a couple autos, picking up more of those puncturing arrow stacks. The Night Rush from Lazy Hydra onto 2. Mephisto jumps in with the Lightning Nova. More Fell Claws from Mal'Ganis. And Vala getting down to 200-something HP. Continuing to throw the Q in. Trying to get the poke damage onto the Immortal as well as some of those stacks. Chest Litter, I think, dropped to, like, almost no HP, but some shielding coming through from Zarya, and the heals from Iron will be enough, and that'll be Chest Litter fine for the time being, as our Immortals go into the race position sides, but this is way better for the side of backwards green shells. Almost a toss into the Immortal stun. Lazy Hydra trying to get out of here. Oh, Schumann actually stepping up right now on this Garrosh. The Night Rush will be coming through. Miller and Iron, the two healers, kind of brawling out on the low side of our screen. Zarya with another particle grenade. Speed barrier onto Garrosh, but he decides... I think he was already starting to disengage, and he's like, oh wait, I got the zooms. First Immortal of the game goes over to the side of backwards green shells, and we'll see how much siege they can get. Can we rename the red team to Kaimo Blaze fans? Oh god, I grabbed too much of that sentence. There we go. The Twitch prediction won't be correct, but whatever. You all know. I'm a man of the people. No, that's not scaled out, and it's bothering the hell out of me. There we go, that's better. Alright, I'm a man of the people, as there we go. We have Kaimo Blaze fans versus Backwards Green Shells. Peak production value. Yeah, just put a sentence in a team name. If I'm also a Kaimo Blaze fan, are we his only fans? Yes. I think that's how that works. Oh, sorry, we'll start beaming up top lane or beaming down top lane. We got our 10 talent tiers soon at the top of your screen, so we cycle through the other numbers as Miller is pushing in through bottom. Wave is looking pretty good. Ekeeb and Lazy Hydra around here as well. Iron maybe gonna use a Detainment Strike or a Sacred Sweep to check this bush. Nope, steps right in. Night Rush from Lazy Hydra. That should be a dead Ariel. She's gonna get a barrier, ally toss, and never mind. Caster is incorrect. I thought the burst and the dive would be enough, but the allies' assistance and healing and support will be able to dissuade a kill. 1 to 2 in kills. And our 10 talent tiers, as I mentioned, just about to be here as we have opposite. We have other numbers rolling through the bottom of your screen. Fellclaw's coming in from Lazy Hydra. Particle grenades being thrown in by our Zarya as well. Kaimo trips in top lane. Not going to be taken down. Going to be able to Hearth out here. Little twin flame igniting the oil slick as he's not going to Hearth out. He's going to just tap well. Schumann rotating in. Kaimo just trying to bait the Leoric to stick around a little bit longer. The Wraith Walk will be activated, and Kalavoth should be able to back away. But he does tank a bunch of damage, and our second objective phase will be spawning here. Let's go through our heroics, because we got a bunch of those at the top of your screen, actually on the bottom as well. Blink Heal, Durance of Hate, Carrion Swarm, Entomb, and Curse Bullet. On the opposing side, it's Warlord's Challenge, Bunker, Expulsion Zone, Reign of Vengeance, and Crystal Aegis.
I must take up a new position.
Okay, so Immortals go to defensive sides. Chest Leader with a couple Qs in, getting some damage. Sorry, with some particle grenades. Did finish out that Demolitions Expert level 1. Does have the pinpoint accuracy level 7 as well. Couple more Qs out from Vala. 17 stacks. More particle grenades to poke at the Immortal. Just waiting to see what happens. Leoric and Blaze in their respective lanes. So it's 4v4. Durance of Fate goes out. No connection. Night Rush from Lazy Hydra. But there's a Jet Propulsion from Kaimo Tripson connecting. The phase shift from Brightwing is not going to be quick enough. Miller unable to assist in Mal'Ganis' health. And that is going to be a double kill. Make it a triple kill. As actually Schumann says, hey, we got this. Why don't you go ahead and go kill Greymane and Brightwing all on your own. And try not to die. Schumann almost killing Chest Looter right there. Yeah, looks like the members of Backwards Green Shells just decided to tank too much hero damage. As a pro tip from a pro caster, if you don't take any damage, you won't die. I know that one might break some of your brains. I understand that. Good Entomb from Leoric catches Schumann, but there's no one else really around to help out immediately. Actually, you know what? Ekeeb is there. No, never mind. I didn't think that there was going to be enough available damage, but the allies turn around and take down the Warlord of Garrosh. Blaze back in top lane. Chest Looter looking for a few more stacks here. Night Rush from Lazy Hydra's zones. Actually does connect onto the Ariel. Durance of Hate will not. Iron drops a big ol' heal around himself, but Crystal Aegis will be activated. I don't think it's going to be enough. And Ariel also goes down. We do have our Immortal pushing through the fort front gate, but it's going to get a couple autos onto the fort, take it down to around 50%. Big ol' Blaze in the top lane continues to rain in fire. Napalm, I guess you would say. Kala stepped up to get that Drain Hope. Beautiful timing on the Wraith Walk right there as Schumann went for the Groundbreaker, but no CC available, just damage to be applied. And we'll have our Impaler camps traded from bottom to top between the two teams. And it might be seeing trade onto structures, but there is still more defensive stuff here in top lane, vice versa bottom. The fort's already down to a few bits of HP. Kaimo on Blaze. Yeah, we got a Kaimo Blaze. Hence our new team name of Kaimo Blaze fans. Because when Kaimo shows up to the stream, he'll be very happy about that, I think. Or maybe not, I don't know. Carrion Swarm from Mal'Ganis, looking to get some more damage onto Schumann here. The Wraith walk through as well. No Entomb for 37 seconds. A big skeletal swing with that paralyzing rage. Chestluter dropping Rain of Vengeances to try and CC the enemies and create some space, but it's not enough. Vala vaults in, trying to get a trade here, but I don't think Chestluter is going to be living much longer as Zarya gets a speed barrier at the last second. The heals from Iron are coming through. Beautifully done. My gosh, that is like the second or third time Chestluter has evaded death. If you guys look close, you can see the Grim Reaper right on the heels of Vala. And ironically, I don't mean Leoric. Blaze just needed to get full mana and HP. He just took a little bit longer to do it. Back in the mix. Camp on the right to be grabbed, but the Immortal will be focused on by the side of backwards green shells, looking to immediately get the first half of this. Camp didn't take too long, no 16 talent here on either side. Blaze still soaking up top lane, and the Immortal will go over to the side, or the first half goes over to the side of backwards green shells. Expulsion Zone was thrown out there. Immortals go to race potential side, so Chestluter and friends step up. Blaze coming in from top, Leoric still showing in bottom lane wave. A Jet Propulsion not getting the collision he's looking for. Pyromania activated. Endurance of Hate is met by a wonderful bunker from Blaze. Zarya jumps inside as well. The Lazy Hydra getting a little bit low. Gets a face shift from the Brightwing. A Jet Propulsion splashes onto Mephisto and Leoric as the Entomb comes through. The Lazy Hydra so very low. Tries to get the Carrion Swarm, but it's not going to activate in time. That's a big triple kill from the Crystal Aegis! Or was that the Immortal? Big Crystal Aegis energy. Zarya for that one. Crystal Aegis on the Brightwing as well. Quadra kill comes through. Leoric is about to respawn. I'm sorry, hold on. I don't like to do this when I'm casting, but we have the opportunity. Did I see that correctly?
Destruction.
Oh, okay, because I was like, he's still in ghost form, but I guess he was in the animation. I was like, does Expulsion Zone affect Leoric in ghost form? No, it was because he was in the respawn animation. Okay, never mind. I was like about to lose my mind, like, what did we just discover? That'd be wild if ghost form Leoric couldn't pass through Expulsion Zone. That'd actually be kind of crazy. But anyways, I think it was just the respawn animation, the timing on it all. Leoric in bottom lane right now. He's going to try and Wraith walk away. Zarya's here to chase after him. 10 seconds on an Expulsion Zone. Barrier activated. Toss onto Leoric. The Immortal's in bottom lane, and they are going to get some free clear onto the health bar. But hey, Leoric got picked off. Another kill for the side of Kaimo Blaze fans. Leoric, I'm assuming, is hearthing out if he's just standing still. Uh-oh, how did Lazy Hydra get caught out there? I was not expecting that. Bottom lane, keep front gate is gonna go down. Those darn heroes dealing damage. Man, oh, yep. Kaimo Tripson accidentally took the wrong... He didn't take Grill and Kill. He must have been nervous on his first time Blaze. First time ever playing Blaze. Rain of Vengeance comes out. Leoric is able to Wraith walk away, and it doesn't look like there will be much more siege after the keep falls.
Not seen the end of him.
Grill and Kill is a highly advanced difficult talent. That is why I do struggle with it with my ARAMs. Yes, I agree. It is a quest after all. Yeah, I know, right? Speaking of quests, Chest Looter is not even... Chest Looter is like... three 1000s? 32 1000s? I was trying to simplify, but my brain can't do the math, apparently. Man, Chest Looter's really far behind on completing his quest. I don't know if he should play Vol anymore. Currently have Blind as a Bat from Mal'Ganis activated, and the Ariel and Blaze do go down. Blind as a Bat still chasing in, looking for more CC. The Zarya falls as well. As I think Garrosh, he activates a big Warlord's Challenge. Chest Looter picking up a few more Qs. But that is going to be a quadra kill back into the enemy team. And backwards green shells looking to maybe take down a keep here. Do they have the time to go keep and core? I don't know, right? Imagine not being done with puncturing arrow. Alright, our keep in top lane does go down. Blind as a Bat getting good siege value here, and I mean 9 seconds for Ariel Blaze. They will respawn, but I don't think they're gonna have enough time to do any defensive maneuvers here. Kaimo trips and gets the hat from Ariel. Detainment Strike, Durance of Hate, connects onto 2. Sorry with the expulsion zone, but backwards green shells. They will take map number 2 in our best of whatever here in the NA outhouses. Backwards green shells with the victory. And a big payout to the Shellers. Big moolah. Backwards green shells. Hey.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Welcome back to the NA Outhouses. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we are going to be seeing the crew of Backwards Green Shells. A Sylvanas Iron, Miller Coffee Rhaegar, Kalavothon Sonya, Stark Probius, and Schumann Stitches. We have got a Kaimo Blaze fans on the right-hand side with a Randy Newman, Lucio, Ekib Leoric, Johanna played by the Lazy Hydra, Izek on Kil'Thuzad, and Chest Looter on the auto attacker Raynor. Ping, ping, ping. Yeah, I was like, is there something happening? Am I missing out on a meme? I don't think so. Just a lot of pings. Oh, no questing talents at level 1 for anybody, as we do have a handful of damage applied to Miller and Schumann. Great hook onto the Johanna. Rhaegar goes in for a chomp onto the butt. Kil'Thuzad landing a few more stacks on that level, or that baseline quest with 7 already. Iron wants the last auto attack on the Randy Newman, but Lucio will turn up the beat, and he's going to be just fine. Oh, but I don't know about Chest Looter as he gets hooked back in, and Chest Looter is going to be taken down. First blood over to the side of Backwards Green Shells. Haunting Wave in, no activation on the teleport. Randy Newman with 30 HP, but that's 29 more than he actually needs. Mulligan! Stark is all in. We got 30k on Backwards Green Shells. Interesting. Sonya versus Leoric in top lane. Sonya's gonna start working on this camp. See if Leoric is wise to scout it out. Raynor. Oh, look at this. It's a little, little PVT action in mid lane. Unfortunately, Stitch is not respecting. Leoric does discover this camp over here. Sonya with a few slams through, leashes the camp, goes back to soaking the wave. Leoric has stalled, or not Leoric, sorry. Kil'Thuzad is slightly stalled out in his stacking, but he does pick up another one in this bottom lane engagement. Raynor goes down. Izek, damage over time, not enough. Randy Newman has the healing overtime as a Raynor gets revenge and takes down Rhaegar and Sylvanas. Probius is just doing Probius things. Sieging in mid lane. Worker Rush activated, able to boost away. I'm the big 180 on Kaimo Blaze fans. Not to be braggadocious or anything. Triple Temple or Altar Phase going to be coming up next. 2 out of 2 in kills, and the altars shall spawn momentarily. Sonya with clear into the top lane. I apologize. Apparently Probius is going to be losing that Terran versus Protoss matchup as he is taken down. Miller was looking to maybe chase down Kel'Thuzad, but won't be able to do so. There's some chains thrown out as well. Miller trying to get away here, but Randy Newman should have the sustained damage. Oh, no, never mind. The healing over time, the tower shots, enough to dissuade any further chase onto Miller. But Sylvanas does go down. Leoric gets top right, Sonya gets top left, and Lucio gets the bottom center. That'll be 8 shots into the core of backwards green shells, as Kaimo Blaze fans only take 4 damage.
I will not give up so easily. Show the Raven Lord
This is Jimmy.
the extent of my power.
Okay, well, Kel'Thuzad is 1 stack away from getting the Glacial Spike, so you can land some combos onto single targets rather than chaining them together. But I mean, well, you can still chain targets together. It's just easier to get that single target pull. Heading into bottom lane, just a little clear onto this minion wave. We are just waiting to see this camp pop up on the left. Invade from Lucio, maybe? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, actually, yeah, Lucio goes in, pushes off as he discovers Stitches and the enemies on that camp. And I think that's the green light for Kaimo Blaze fans to go ahead and grab their own camp on the right-hand side. Gonna be slower, but I don't think there will be an invade in time. Or even one had. Little Probius damage over the wall right there. With the... Ooh. Resonance Ball? That's not right. What is the actual name of it? I do not know. Warp Rift. Now I remember. Now I absolutely remember. Anyways, Warp Rift over the wall was getting a little bit of damage onto the camp, but didn't take anyone down. Big condemn from Johanna in this fight to set things up. A chain onto Sylvanas as the burst damage from Kel'Thuzad is enough. Beautifully done. And Randy Newman with the push off, avoiding Miller. Chains connecting. Miller trying to avoid that root is going to be slowed down by the edge of that Frost Nova. One Sapper makes it in. Glacial Spike, Chain, and Frost Nova connecting onto Miller. Leoric is able to take down Sonya in the top lane. Probius has rushed on up here to soak things up. I thought he was maybe able to take down the Leoric. I didn't see his health bar. As the Frost Blast, followed up by a Blessed Shield from Lazy Hydra, who's got not a whole lot of HP, but does have the Iron Skin to activate. Sylvanas back in the mix. Shadow Dagger applied, and Johanna is going to tank some damage. I think that's so that the allies can back away. Jimmy with the channel during all of that, and 4 more shots into the Raven Lord from the Gravekeeper's side. And we have 10 Talontiers on the right. We already mentioned the Frost Blast and the Blessed Shield. Entomb for Leoric, High Five Lucio, and Hyperion for the Raynor. On the opposing side, Pylon Overcharge, Gorge, Leap, and Sister Healing, and the Wailing Arrow. Which funny combo mage takes your preference here, Baha? Probius or Kel'Thuzad? Probius, but it's because I like his flavor more. I like Probius's flavor. Exclamation Probius. Exclamation Probius is the real reason that I would choose Probius over Kel'Thuzad. You ever, Stark, you ever lick a 9-volt battery? You know, the ones that you put into, like, smoke detectors, and you can, like, sort of shock yourself because you're making the loop happen because it has the 2 little nodes? That's what it's like. That's what it's like. That's what Probius tastes like. Apparently Probius got out of a hairy situation as I was talking about nothing, absolutely. We have a Blessed Shield from the Johanna. Bell Tower and bottom lane is in control for Kaimo Blaze fans. You're not a thrill seeker? Oh, it was like the stupid thing we all did as kids. At least me and my friends. Did you know if you lick a 9-volt battery, it shocks you a little? Like, it's not like you're getting electrocuted, but it would just be like yeah. Just like a little electrical tingle on your tongue. Did no one else in chat do this? Am I insane? Were we just weird kids that licked 9-volt batteries?
Now.
Our towers assail the Raven Lord.
5 shots into the core on the left-hand side, 23 to 36, and actually we're gonna make that 10 shots as it's 18 to 36 right now. You've done it. I think you're insane. I've done it, and I tricked my 2 older kids into it. Okay. Because it was literally my dad who showed it to me. And then I showed it to all my friends. Because my dad was doing, like, I think he was replacing a smoke detector or something like that in the house. And he was just like, my dad being my dad, he'd be like, I don't believe that this battery's actually dead. So then he licked it, and I was like, Dad, what are you doing? He's like, you can tell if it's working if you lick it. Because there's, like, electric current. I was like, no, that logic tracks, Dad. If there wasn't any electricity, it wouldn't have shocked your tongue. One lead on the top draw, one on the bottom draw. That's Yanthor. What happened? You can check the stove if it's hot by licking it. Well, okay, well, but I'm not talking about licking a hot stove. It's just, you know, a 9-volt battery. You're not gonna like damage your tongue or anything by, like, it's a very small shock. It's only 9 volts. Can you imagine how much damage Kel'Thuzad? What's the one movie where the kid licks the pole in the middle of the winter and his tongue gets stuck to it? That's Kel'Thuzad in a nutshell. My teeth tingled for hours. That's weird.
Lay claim to the altars. Do not disappoint.
Well, apparently not everyone had the same childhood experience as me, which is, you know, not everyone licked 9-volt batteries. A Christmas Story. Thank you, Gillis. I was like, I know it's like a classic holiday film, and I can't remember which. Kel'Thuzad gets the channel on the objective here. We are going to be seeing 7 to 36 in core HP as the Lazy Hydra is not going to be able to back away in time. Kel'Thuzad is going to have his Master of the Cold Dark stacks. He's going to land a double chain onto Miller and Iron as the Ancestral Healing will connect in time. A hook onto Kel'Thuzad. We got a little high-five action from Lucio. Kel'Thuzad throws down the Glacial Spike, but I think that's more or less to dissuade the enemies. Gellis, thank you for the Prime Gaming for 10 months. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you, my friend. Welcome back to the Bahamuts. Small streamer gets sued for personal injury after child welds braces together with home batteries. Kotaku or something. Schumann Stitches have mercy. It has, the hooks have been pretty good. Unfortunately, it's 7 to 36, but fortunately, it's Towers of Doom. It's anybody's map. Hook, Gorge, Frost Blast onto Stark. He does activate the Worker Rush as well as the Pylon Overcharge. Lucio with the push-off, trying to create some space and get his Johanna out of there with the movement speed buff. You have Kel'Thuzad landing a combo, another hook onto Chest Looter, or another hook, and this time onto Chest Looter. The Warp Rift getting great damage from Stark right there. But no one will fall. Meanwhile, Sonya, Leoric, they're both very healthy. I guess they were just doing double soak rotation. I thought maybe Leoric or Sonya was pressuring the other one. Not the case, and what are we going to be seeing here? 10 shots are plausible from backwards green shells, and they would love to at least get 10 shots. Probius with the channel down here, Lucy on the top right, so these objective phases do have global vision. Sonya's forced to leap away. It's not that big of a deal, but it is a team fight tool that's burned for the next 50 seconds. Probius gets the bottom center. Looks like the objective phasing is going to be over. What's the boss timer currently? 1 minute 56. So 12, 13, almost 14 minutes in game time. Maybe a little shy of that. Hyperion from the Rainer to start clearing things out in bottom. Kel'Thuzad is going to be gorged. A Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas as well. Kel'Thuzad drops the Frost Blast. Condemned from the Johanna. Pylon overcharge. Good damage onto Chest Looter. Damage over time from Sylvanas will be enough, and it actually finds the double kill for the team. Boss up in 120. Keep an eye on that timer. Next objective phase is going to be top left and right. The tunnel did just open up, so that means the structures are now keep values. Jimmy, no! I hear that as like Slippy's voice in my head. Nice hook onto Izek here. Shoot. Oh, wait, good leap in from Sonya. Slam, jam, spin is there. Actually, double slam jam as Stitches was the one to take her down. Miller runs through the death zone, just tanking some damage. Iron as well. They're like, maybe we can get another kill in bottom. Doesn't look like it, but they will be able to hold control of this bell tower still. Mid lane was gained. Probius in top still has a long way to go before converting this bell tower in favor for the side of backwards green shells. But this could be 12 damage into the enemy core. You could be looking at 12 damage. Sylvanas heads into mid with Miller, looking to try and stall out the enemies from getting this bell tower back in control. A hook from Stitches. Ekeeb is forced to Wraith walk away. Bottom lane, Sappers will be cleared out by Chest Looter. They weren't as close to the line as I thought. But it does look like this will only be 10 shots. Maybe not even 10 yet. Earth Grasp Totem. Miller, though, caught inside the Entomb. The boss on the left side of our screen is up and available. Pylon Overcharge activated. Leap in from Sonya. Frost Blast from R. Kel'Thuzad on the right-hand side. Randy Newman so very low. Kalaboth gets the Ancestor healing in time as the Will of the Forsaken allows Sylvanas to back away. A Gorge from Stitches onto Leoric as Sonya does go down. They'll trade the solo laners here. Still 4v4, but Kel'Thuzad landing these chains and these tight corridor fights are really good for him. Sylvanas, though, continuing to apply arrow after arrow, goes in with the Haunting Wave. Jimmy just trying to pepper up the enemies as Sylvanas does go down. The Unkillable with that Master Hooker level 20 for Stitches, but oh, Kel'Thuzad pulls back an enemy, and I think this may be the beginning of the end, and yes, it is. That is also a... The members of Backwards Green Shells tried so very long. Classic stay too long. What's up, Slarif? How you doing today, bud? Good to see you. Hope you've been well lately, my friend. Oh, that was Jimmy. That was Jimmy for sure. All right, the Kaimo Blaze fans did win, as the Backwards Green Shells did lose their HP on their core. That was Jimmy. Big payout to the Kaimo Blaze fans. Pretty big payout. Nicely done. They won to 5.78. We should have just left and taken 4 damage and died instead of overstaying and taking 4 damage and died. Yeah, I think that's a good point, too. Stark, you make a very good point. You make a very, very good point. Did you play Demon Souls? No. The stream schedule is in Discord, and I play challenging, suffering games on Fridays. Souls games are typically on Fridays, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing Street Fighter 6 for an hour or two. We're going to play some more Akuma, and then we'll be doing Demon Souls up until it's movie time. So you have not missed any Demon Souls. Tomorrow Demon Souls will probably be basically 24 hours from now. I'll be starting Demon Souls. A little less than 24 hours. Left-hand side, Backwards Green Shells with a Ragnaros Iron, Schumann Diablo, non-champion Hanzo. Ooh, a Flawless Technique Enjoyer. Kalaboth Tassadar, and a Miller Malfurion. Stark playing Probius, Ekeeb on the Maiev, Chest Looter, Stukov, the Lazy Hydra on Diva, and Randy Newman will be your Uther for the side of Kaimo Blaze fans. We got a Twitch prediction going for all of you right now as we get into this. Magic the Gathering is a Souls-like game. Sure. There's gimmicks, there's challenges, there's the feeling of, man, what am I doing with my life? Yeah, I absolutely agree. Uther is going to go down. Tassadar traded earlier on. Or I guess Uther's traded after Tassadar does go down. Is better phrasing on that one. It is a Q build Hanzo. Not Q build, auto attack Hanzo with Redemption. But I have seen non-champion go this direction with Flawless Technique as well. For the auto attack speed buff. So you get more Q, you get the Q into auto attack a little bit faster. Man, that Hanzo player better pick their correct level 16. Yeah, they should. I hope they do. If not, I'll just be sad. That's it. I'll just be sad. Is it possible to bet my points on neither team winning? That's just called not voting. What's up, Hassler? Stark is all in with what he has after losing everything earlier today. But I think he got probably a chunk after that last map. I think. We do have Mortar Punisher in the bottom lane. Will be our first of Inferno Shrines in map number 4. Our best of whatever. Shifting Meteor build for our Ragnaros here. Living Meteor will be controllable, or at least the direction can change. Oh, but we are just waiting for the objective phase mostly to pop up since the teams are just doing simple rotations. I don't think we're going to have any extra kills in between now and the objective phase start. I say that, and there's some heavy siege into mid lane. Maybe this can be punished. I bet 4 figures this time instead of 3. I have excellent macro skills at casinos, Kaimo. I always spend my money.
Prepare yourselves for the slaughter.
Oh, man. I haven't been to casinos in ages, man. It's actually almost been a year since I've been to the casinos. Last time I went was when my buddy visited around this time last year when he was crossing the country on his motorcycle, or doing the West Coast on his motorcycle. And he likes to go to the casino, so I was like, oh, whatever. You're here. I'm on vacation too, technically. Let's do something fun. We actually both made money that day too, which was awesome. I think I turned like 20 bucks into like 50 something dollars. So like 30 something dollar increase. That's nice. Doubled my money basically and then some. But that's typically my rule, is like I go in with X amount of money, and if I lose that money, I'm done. Sometimes if I double, then I'll just stop right there, and I'm like, hey, I'm leaving with double the money I came with. It could go from $20 to $40, and it's like, I now have $40. That's 2 pizzas. I got thrown out of the only casino for card counting blackjack. The only casino you ever went to? Did you really go to casino and just start card counting blackjack? Would you like pull out a notepad and start doing some like calculations? They were like, yeah, dude, you gotta leave. You can't be in a casino doing math. We don't like that. I'm surprised they didn't try and beat you up. I think casinos get really mad about people doing card counting. You turned $50 into $600? Jeez Louise. Honestly, if I had the mathematical prowess, I would do it. Little shock ray out from Taz. Oh, the scatter almost taking down Cheslater right there from non-champion. As Umbra Bind from Maiev connects onto Diablo and friends, or at least friend, trying to pull people into tower shot range. No one will go down, and it looks like Stark on the Probius is helping to dissuade the enemies here. 10 stacks on Redemption for our Hanzo. Did go into the sharpened arrowhead at level 7. That'll be armor reduction to a max of 20. Second Punisher will be frozen in the top lane as Lazy Hydra pushes a wave onto the fort. Kalavov making quick work of that wave with a Psionic Storm. Oh, wait, hold on. Mid lane. Miller is going to be taken down, and that's Miller time. No, I just sat there and stared at the cards for too long. Technically, card counting isn't against the rules. Technically. Just memorize the probabilities of all hands at the 6 to 8 player table, Baha. Free money. Oh yeah. Sure thing. I can't even reduce fractions on stream. You want me to do probability? Lava Wave for our heroic on Ragnaros as he's trying to avoid 3 enemy heroes. An unrespectable 1v1, but it's more of a gank in bottom lane, to be honest. Divine Storm from Uther will be activated. Pylon overcharge. Diablo's Shadow charges before the Warden's Cage will activate in time, and Schumann able to back away. A couple of those Pylon overcharges will get some damage onto the enemies over the wall. Good stun from Uther. Umbra Bind maybe. Oh, wait, hold on. It might be Maev who's trying to Maev who's in trouble here, trying to get away, but that Lightning Breath locked her against the wall. A massive shove onto Miller Coffee. But there was no counter kill to be had. Here comes Diablo with maybe a second form of attack onto Uther. Nah, not to be had. Let's see. We have Lava Wave, Dragon Strike, which is the pretzels. We got Lightning Breath, Archon, aka Acorn, as well as the Tranquility for Malfuri. On the opposing side, Pylon Overcharge, Warden's Cage, Massive Chef, Diva, Bunny Hop, and Divine Storm for Uther. Lava Wave in bottom, clearing out the wave. Now here's the big question. Will our Ragnaros player be able to get the spawning wave? Let's find out. There's nothing else really going on the map outside of everyone setting up and a camp being grabbed, but does this spawning wave get hits?
Miss.
Sup, Blast? Stun from Uther into Diablo. Ragnaros pops Molten Core. Dragon Strike from Hanzo. Randy Newman eats a bit of damage. The Pylon Overcharge activated as well. Diablo just helping clearing out the wave. Ragnaros' Molten Core will expire in a moment here. Getting a little bit of poke around the objective area, but no Skeletal Defenders to be stolen away. Shadow Charge in from Diablo as a Fire Stomp continues things out, but Randy Newman not too shabby of a health bar right now. Low, but does have a lot of utility around him. Warden's Cage activated. Chest Looter on this Stukov with the healing pathogen spread around. Stukov, lurking arm going down. Diablo trying to get away, but unfortunately Lazy Hydra with the bunny hop zones for a moment. There's going to be a stun. Diva loses her mech. Some big shots raining out. Auto attacks as well. Starka with 100 and something HP. And Ragnaros is going to be able to take down the tiny little probe, but do have Diablo on the low side of all of this, losing souls. Maybe there's a stun from Randy Newman and a follow-up amount of damage for a kill, and yes, Ragnaros does go down as well. Lava doesn't kill pylons because they float. But doesn't lava have heat? Like, the heat exchange from the lava below, wouldn't that burn the structure of the crystal, causing it to be destroyed? Like putting a piece of paper over a candle, it's still gonna catch on fire because the radiant heat will eventually be too much and hit the point of ignition, I think is the word for it. I'd like to change my gamble. I vote for E-Keep. A little too late. I'm sorry, bud. Just a little too late. Unfortunate. 4 seconds too early on that lava wave. Thermodynamics isn't real, Baha. It's a video game. Oh, okay. My bad. Bottom lane wave almost will take down the fort. I think Stark should be able to save this with a Warp Rift. Nicely done. Photon Cannon as well. My Evan bottom lane is working on this camp. Nice Memento. Oh, no, there was no Nice Memento. It's going to be full, not Pursuit of Justice, the Spirit of Vengeance build, basically. damage onto the fort in bottom lane. Impaler's pushed in. Sonic Storm from Tassadar. Shock Ray as well. Clears things out. Ragnaros soaking up top. 49 seconds on a lava wave for them. How much is this? 187, by the way. That's like 4 Abathur slaps. Maybe 3. Maybe 3. A stun from Uther. He does have that well met completed. Diablo Shadow charges in. Utilizing that Force Wall from the Tassadar. Pylon Overcharge activated. Divine Storm from Uther. Follow-up stun as well. Diablo goes down and no souls to be expended. As he only had 59 of the 100. Shifting Meteor level 1 is done for Ragnaros as that direction change. I think there's another reward with that. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Massive shove into the well. There's going to be D.Va with the Defense Matrix active. Here comes Ekeeb. There's a silence from Malfurion. Big Molten Core from Ragnaros. The Dragon Strike comes through and Ekeeb getting chunked. Decides better to just run in towards the enemies. Also, Uther healing was available on that left-hand side. And we'll see Uther and Diablo traded. Diablo about to respawn here in a few moments. And on the right, it is going to be Uther up in 30 seconds. Nicely done, Lazy Hydra. Or Iron, sorry. Nicely done. Unfortunately for Lazy Hydra, not nicely done. Non-champion, a flawless technique enjoyer, is currently going to be raining in damage with the help of Diablo Lightning Breath. Oh, what a quality level 16. Look at that. D.Va, 16 gets chosen. D.Va immediately dies. She just dies. What flawless gameplay. What flawless gameplay. 463 from a Hanzo auto attack. Casual, very casual. The D.Va player using the D.Va voice announcer, very meta. An unfortunate misclick for non-champion. No one who takes flawless technique ever is misclicking. No one ever who takes flawless technique is misclicking. They are taking quality talents. 280, 765, 241 with 305 overkill. Yeah. Oh, but Piercing Arrow gets double explosions, Bahamut. You get better wave clear. Because I'm drafting a Hanzo for the wave clear. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Kids these days. Stuck in their metas. It's okay. When HGC 3.0 comes out, or 2.0 comes out, and HOTS 3.0 comes out, and I get hired to do the Korean side of HGC casting, we're all going to be seeing the prowess of flawless technique. And then every other region will start following suit, because that's how it always worked in HGC. Korea and China innovated, EU and NA followed suit. NA was just more stuck up about following suit. Diablo goes down, Uther to be traded, D.Va boosts around, and that will be a kill onto Malfurion. D.Va mech explosions available, the weighted pustule slowing down Chessleader with a massive shove into the corner, and it looks like there's one person that can put Tassadar in a corner, and it will be Chessleader. D.Va Mecha Explosion, trying to clear out this Punisher quickly through bottom lane. Probius with those Warp Rifts zoning a bit. Hanzo, Diablo doing their best to just push back the enemies. Chessleader stomping Protoss with Terran last game and now Zerg this game. Well, actually, Stukov isn't technically Zerg. I think I made that statement once and someone literally immediately was like, Bahamut, he's not technically Zerg. He's infested. Okay. He looks pretty Zergy to me. Your mom's infested. Don't talk about my mom like that. Shadow charge in from Diablo. That'll be the end of it. Alrighty. The level 20 for Probius, the Probius loop. Whenever a rift explosion hits one or more enemy hero created. Okay, yeah. Couldn't remember. I don't remember Probius talents off the top of my head. We have the Divine Hurricane, as well as the Albedav armor. But hold on, massive shove onto the Diablos. We do have the when push comes to shove, so Stukov's got massive shove back again. Warden's Cage for Maiev at level 20. Lava Surge for our Ragnaros has 2 charges. The Dragon Awakens, another massive shove onto Diablo. He's pushed all the way to the keep front gate. Chestlitter getting the reset onto that once again. Diva Mech Explosion zones. Spirit of Vengeance goes out, no reactivation. Dragon Awakens level 20, so you'll see Hanzo spam that ability quite a bit since he gets cooldown on his heroic from all his basic ability, well, from scatters, storm bows, and auto attacks. I don't believe Sonic Arrows actually do anything. It'd actually be wild if the Sonic Arrow, if you hit the enemy hero with a Sonic Arrow, you get a full reset on your 20. That'd be kind of cool. Probably busted. Whoa, that's a lot of damage coming through. Diablo goes down. Probius to be traded. I thought Chestlitter was going to get picked off, but it's not the case. A stun onto Ragnaros, but he gets the Lava Wave summoned at the last moment before going down. And non-champion throwing out a couple Qs as they disengage. Randy Newman looking to step up. Lands a stun. There's a Divine Hurricane. One auto. Not it. No, the scatter was close, but doesn't find it. Ekeep gets chunked. A good force wall from Tassadar. Shock Ray from him almost takes down Randy Newman as well. Meanwhile, in top lane, Diva trying to push out the waves. And even though Ragnaros and Diablo did go down and only a Probius was picked off, this still feels fine for the side of backwards green shells. Two mecha explosions in one fight. That'd be a good bingo square. Oh, Lurking Arm with the low blow level 1. Miller tried to silence Chestlooter, but the Lurking Arm does have that duration. The level 7, the Growing Infestation. So it cannot be channeled for more than 3 seconds, but I believe it stays for 2.5, or it stays for a few seconds after, no? Which is, isn't it? Ah, no, it's actually literally level 1, the low blow. My bad. I thought it was a different talent that actually gave the persisting for a moment after. Probius for top lane, getting a camp. The rest of the team working on the objective phase. All right. So we'll have Impaler Camp for mid lane grabbed, Impaler Camp for bottom grabbed, Lava Surge will have a charge in 60 seconds. Hanzo just now respawning, 9 out of 12 stacks for the Redemption. What are we looking damage-wise between these players? 67,000 for Hanzo. The closest on the opposing side is Maiev with about 53,000. Probi's not far behind with 52,000. Alright, our Frozen Punisher for top lane, 19 minutes in. And it looks like there will be a Fallen Shaman to back this. Schumann eats the jump on the Diablo. Diva Defense Matrix activated. Ragnaros gets Molten Core in time. I was waiting to see if Stukov would have a Lurking Arm, but not quick enough. Molten Core is going to be immediately eviscerated, and so will the rest of this keep health bar. The Punisher is already on Core as it was pulled away, but this is going to be some shielding that's going to be affected, and that's going to be the end of it. Minus 15 armor from the target locked. I was wondering what the extra armor debuff was coming from the defense matrix. I wasn't sure which talent level. Stun from Randy Newman onto Kalavat. The Divine Hurricane activated. Diva with the defense matrix. The Lightning Breath will cook up our Uther. And his level 20, as I mentioned, is that Divine Hurricane, so he will be dead. He's not going to have that redemption respawn value. Bottom lane Impaler Camp has arrived at the core. The keep was taken down. Next Punisher, by the way, is Mortar for the bottom lane. Could be a game-winning push for backwards green shells. If Kaimo Blaze fans cannot take that objective area, D.Va bunny hop to be able to get away from that lock up against the wall. A little spray as she backs away as well. Massive shove from Stukov onto Schumann. A healing debuff as well coming out from that D.Va defense matrix. Big Umbral Bind to pull people in. Big shot from D.Va as well. And the mech explosion will not be able to find a... Well, it won't find any damage, just zones for the moment. Hanzo with 11 redemption stacks just needs to land 2 more autos onto a single target. Within like 12 seconds as well. 10 seconds. Next objective should be announced momentarily in the bottom lane. 13 to 15 in our kills, 21 minutes in. This is a very late game Infernal Shrines. Diablo chilling in the bush. Probius checking on the right. Warp Rift there. Probius checking once again. Sees Schumann. Who will just throw out a Fire Stomp. Sonic Arrow from Hanzo. Scout out a few enemies. Scatter as well. Seems like the side of backwards green shells really want to take a fight here. But Kaimo Blaze fans will not be giving it over. Lava Wave, Lava Surge has 1 charge currently. Let's see if we can find out how many seconds are left on another one. It looks like it's like halfway on the circle thing, so probably 45 seconds, maybe less. Dragon Strike onto the point. Chestlitter takes some damage. Redemption is done by Hanzo again. Divine Hurricane. There's a nice Warden's Cage. Non-champion able to jump out of that with the natural agility. D.Va jump, or bunny hop. Looking like it was able to lock down that Maiev, but Uther is taken down by Hanzo. Diablo is going to be bladed down by our Maiev. Another Dragon Strike from Hanzo. Heals from Uther will expire as he does go down, or his ghost form expires. Next Punisher is here and ready to go. Diablo, whose souls were consumed, is able to respawn and get back towards his ally team. But the objective phase is rapidly rising over to the side of Kaimo Blaze fans as the Molten Core from Ragnaros is going to be popped. That will be able to steal away a few more Skeletal Defenders. Lava Wave. One of the Lava Waves, I think, was utilized. Oh, no, the timer stalls out when he's in Molten Core, I see. Impaler Camp for mid. This is the one thing I just wanted to note really quickly, is getting tons of value there, pushing in. And this objective phase, 27 Skeletal Defenders on the right-hand side, but I don't know if Kaimo Blaze fans are going to be able to have this because, well, it seems like they're giving this away and just grabbing some camps and some pressure on the map. But never mind. No, it's actually quite the opposite. Backwards green shells are going to be the ones who give this away, and they'll set up for defenses in the bottom and such. So mid lane keep will not go down. Does take a lot of damage. Here comes our Mortar Punisher for bottom lane. Alright, so Punisher makes quick work of the fort. Lava Wave gets you level 20 so nicely, and level 30, and also level 30. Yeah, we're getting up there in levels. It's almost 24 to 24. We do have a lead in experience for Kaimo Blaze fans. The Punisher's pulled over in this lane, from bottom lane towards mid, but it looks like the Punisher's got an eye for this bottom lane keep. Another jump comes through. Silence inside the Warden's Cage. Unfortunately for Maiev, she's traded here. Pylon Overcharge activated. Silence from Malfurion. Uther is going to be pulled out of position. Does go down. The Punisher and D.Va will take down this keep, but I do think that's the end of the siege in bottom. 2 charges of Lava Wave available for Ragnaros, but of course he can't use those while he's dead. A root from Malfurion finds D.Va. Is the mech going to be taken out here? Looks like she's able to boost away. Diablo bops in again with a Shadow Charge. No overpower. Lurking arm from Stukov. They're still chasing on the Lazy Hydra, chunking onto that mech. Natural agility, but unfortunately, no extra damage found outside of that last scatter there. Top lane Fallen Shaman pushing in. Opens up the keep front gate. We'll have a Impaler in mid still pushing here. Next Punisher Arcane in the top lane. Keep on the left is down. Keep on the right is exposed, but it still has full HP. And 25 minutes into this map number 4 of the day. Wow. Just wow. Alright, a Lava Wave coming in through mid, looking to push things up. Camp on the top right will be grabbed here as well. No camps available on the map. I mean, there's actually 20-some seconds on this one, but this camp over here is just going to be easily cleared out before it gets much wave value. Same thing with the catapults. And I think both teams are just kind of like, all right, we're going to wait for the next objective, and then we'll fight then. And honestly, a good team fight from either side around that top objective is going to yield a victory. At least I do believe, because I mean, we're 26 minutes in. Death timers are long, couple kills, you just go core. Win condition is set up. Only 25 minutes. I think we have another half an hour at least. What is this? Old Dota 2? League of Legends from 2016? What's up, Freaky? Long game, yeah. Long game number 4, but you know what? The NA outhouses are always fun because it may be a long game, but we have things like Ragnaros and Probius here. Not to mention a flawless technique Hanzo enjoyer, who currently has nearly 90,000 heroic damage compared to Probius with about 71,000. Now, the Tassadar is trailing behind by about 2k in damage, but still flawless technique. Quality level 16 talent for Hanzo. Alright, so Sonic Arrow on the left-hand side, scouting out in the bush. Shadow Charge in from Diablo starts the fight out. Keep in mind, Divine Hurricane for Uther was picked up at level 20. Lightning Breath activated. Randy Newman trying to get away. The Diablo is not able to cook up Uther, but the Sonic Storm is enough to shock his feet. Uther licked the 9-volt battery, chat. You've been playing a lot of auto tech Hanzo in the past month. Have you been taking Flawless Technique at level 16? Not the 9 volts! Oh, are they literally just trying to end mid? Or is this just a pull off the objective? Yeah, this is flawless technique right here. Okay. Pretty much the options at level 16 are flawless technique, and you have flawless technique, piercing arrow, and giant slayer. Diva gonna have to pop the mecha explosion, but Diva should be taken down by Malfurion. No, the healing pathogen comes through in time, and there's not enough auto attack damage. Now, the Punisher was picked up by Ragnaros in top lane. A Lava Wave is up in 8 seconds to push things up, maybe through mid. 29 minutes in, chat. 29 minutes. No Lava Wave activation. Randy Newman, shocked by Tassadar once again. Diablo souls are full. He activates Lightning Breath after Shadow Charging in onto E-Key. Dragon Strike from Hanzo going through a few. That's going to be a Punisher jumping over to the left-hand side. Diablo trying to manipulate the positioning of Lazy Hydra, but a Warden's Cage from E-Key comes down. We have a not a Shock Ray. An electric fence down from Tassadar. He did go into the force barrier level 20, so he's got that cooldown reduction and range increase. Molten Core from Ragnaros. Can they push in and win on the side of backwards green shells? A massive shove onto Diablo. Punisher getting low here. So is that shielding. Ragnaros Molten Core is going to expire in a moment. D.Va Defense Matrix. Here comes the Bunny Hop looking for the stun. Finds it onto Diablo. Umbra Bind. Onto him as well. Big silence from Malfurion, and Diablo smushes Maiev into the wall, creating Maiev goo. Easy Hydra. There's a massive shove from Chest Looter. Pushes Diablo away. More Defense Matrix as D.Va boosts in. Big Divine Storm from our Uther with that Divine Hurricane level 20. Hanzo will get picked off. Core shielding has been dropped and built back up here. 89% still remaining. Schumann. Fire Stomp and the Force Wall from Tassadar is just enough. Defense Matrix out, but I don't think much else will happen here. Pylon Overcharge gets a few hits onto the enemies, but yeah, they disengage. I'm usually going Giant Slayer. Sorry to disappoint. My disappointment is measurable. My disappointment is massively measurable. I can't believe you would do this to me. Mortar Punisher is going to be next in the mid lane, as we do have this Siege Camp up on the right. Siege Camp for the bottom lane. Impaler's on the left-hand side up in 20. Bruiser Camp up in a minute 20 over on the left as well. And Fallen Shaman from Kaimo Blaze fans will be able to grab, will be grabbed. 31 minutes in. Dear Lord, we're getting close to level 30s here. What a map number 4 in this best of whatever. Bunny Hop from Dima. Schumann does have full souls. Warden's Cage on the left-hand side. Diablo getting really low. Tries to Fire Stomp, but he gets silenced mid-animation. And Diablo goes ragdolling across our screen to the left-hand side. Lazy Hydra boosting in, looking for more. That's a nice amount of damage onto Ekeep, who's able to get a Vault of the Wardens away. More scatters coming out. Hanzo trying to get that redemption back to full from level 1. Lava Wave in top lane will be coming through, but maybe Diablo looking to initiate still. Uh-oh. Randy Newman caught in a really awkward spot. That's a beautiful initiation from Diablo with the overpower, or the Shadow Charge in. A Lightning Breath activated afterwards. The big silence from Malfurion. D.Va able to get the Mech Explosion activated and get back into her mech. Maiev takes down Diablo in this moment. And a route from Malfurion zones. We currently have that Fallen Shaman still pushing top lane, even though the Lava Wave did get called in for top. Diablo Uther dead for 45 to 40 seconds. It's a bathroom. Okay. Warp Rift's activated. Trying to grab this Punisher here for the side of Kaimo Blaze fans. Force Wall out from Tassadar. And as I mentioned, he has that Force Barrier level 20 for the extended range and cooldown reduction. Redemption done for Hanzo. Able to take down the mech. Umbra Bind denied by a natural agility over the wall. Dragon Strike through the objective phase, but a Force Wall from Tassadar almost sets up the kill into Ekeep. Nice Vault of the Wardens right there. Does have that vigorous Volter level 20. Did Baja just call you bathroom? Yeah, that's his name. It's a misspelling of bathroom. That's what he told me. Big Divine Storm from the Uthers. We do have the Warden's Cage down from Maiev. Probius finds the kill into Ragnaros. Diablo trying to make a counter kill happen here into the D.Va mech. Objective phase will be picked up by the side of Kaimo Blaze fans. Lightning Breath after the silence from Miller. Scatter into the corridor. A good Dragon's Arrow. Hanzo wants the kill into Randy Newman. A stun onto Malfurion. And Randy Newman somehow getting away. The massive shove as well as a good disengage. Schumann caught between a whole heckload of enemies. It looks like this Diablo will be taken down. Fire Stomps through a few, gets some souls, but he won't have enough to respawn here, and he should go down. Malfurion providing some healing, actually, and Diablo doesn't go down. I thought there would be a kill. Start calling to go core, non-champion. Putting pressure onto the probe as the Punisher is going to work through the shielding of this core. Divine Storm from the Uther. Schumann a little low, trying to pull this Uther around. Diablo goes down to the Nexus Forces, so does Hanzo. Diva takes down Tassadar. It's almost a team wipe at the end, but the members of Kaimo Blaze fans takes this map number 4. And the best of whatever here in the NA outhouses. Whew. Non-champion. Hey guys, I got time for a quick one. 35 minutes later. I'm surprised he remembers that. Why? You're here all the time. People that are here all the time, I talk to all the time, so it's an easy thing to remember. There's some viewers that have told me their pronunciation of, like, they'd rather be called their real name, and they tell me their real name, and then I never see them again, and then they pop up, like, 3 months later, and I'm like, oh! I forgot. But there's people that show up in stream, like, at least every other day to just about every day, and it's easy to remember their names. Or where they live. You know, stuff like that. You know, we're a community. I try and learn things about my community members. It's not like it's a one-sided thing where, like, everyone shows up and gifts subs and enjoys casting. I learn about all of you as well. Like how Chesslitter likes to send me potato mashers. Chesslitter has an obsession with potato mashers. Lies? I would never lie to my chat. You give Twitch chat too much credit. You know, there have been some really big shining moments from Twitch chat. Like when I talked about how a local hardware store couldn't find a part for my snowblower, and then our amazing viewer, Be Crazy, found 5 different websites where I could order that specific part within 30 minutes. I told that story, I found my snowblower model, I posted it in Discord, and he sent me 5 links to different websites where I can buy the part. Twitch chat actually does do well from time to time. Left-hand side is backwards green shells with a Stark Azmodan, Izek Leoric, Iron Falstad, Schumann Muradin, and Thundercats on the Anduin. Right side is Kaimo Blaze fans with a Kalavat Diablo, Miller on the Malfurion, Perfidy, I think is how you say it, on the Sylvanas, Ikib, Hanzo, and Chesslitter Dahaka. Chat's had some shining moments. Chat's also had some really confusing moments, too. I did see we had a teeth cleaning redemption for Bandit. I will do it right after this game, because I'm going to get up and get tea anyways, so. I will do my best to remember after this game, but we will do it up next. Thank you for the redemption, Ashmantle. Much appreciated. If the Azmodan team wins, I'm uninstalling. Okay, you do that, bud. Diablo. Trying to pressure onto Schumann here. Some scatters coming out from Hanzo. Sylvanas with the Unfurling Shadows level 1, which is a 0.5 increase on that damage. So basically half the stacks is going to be your full percent increase. So 6% current. Actually, it's even more than that. It's 9% right now. 19 stacks on our Azmodan, who is going to be going into the, not Gluttony. It's not Bombardment. It is Wrath. Could not remember the one, but it's the auto attack build for Azmodan. Leoric and Dahaka in top lane. Dahaka with enhanced agility, already a 1 stack Falstead auto attack build. Not too uncommon these days, as Sylvanas is just going to be able to Haunting Wave away from Schumann's pressure. Will you subscribe if Azmodan loses? Yeah, that's a better question. I should have asked that. I didn't know people still had the game installed. Yes, that's how we're actually casting the games right now, is because there's 10 people with the game installed. These are the only 10 people in the entire world with the game installed. The last remaining Heroes of the Storm. Little scatters from Hanzo here, still trying to pick up a few of these stacks needed. 17 to go on that one. Well, you're number 11. Oh, no, I'm watching this on YouTube. This is just a YouTube video. Someone in chat actually probably believes me. I'm willing to bet. Alright, well, we got mid lane, keep Fort Front Gate taking a bit of damage right there. Our first Punisher will be Mortar in the top lane. And, what do we got going on for the rest of this? Would they technically be Grandmaster? Not in the eyes of Twitch chat. Twitch chat needs to see the literal logo for them to accept you as a Grandmaster. God forbid you have game knowledge and no mechanical skill. I guess lacking mechanical skills is a better way to put it. Okay. Full auto attack for Falstad. We continue to see there's Battleborn for Asmodan, so we should see Bombardment at level 7. Really good synergy with the Battleborn level 1. As well as, of course, Wrath on top of that. So just stackage, cooldown reduction. Triple cooldown at level 7 with that Bombardment. 69 stacks for our Asmodan currently. Very nice. He's going to ruin that with a big old dunk onto the enemies, but getting a few more autos out, you can see that jump in stackage all the way to 86 currently. Very nicely done. Schumann gets a leap of faith from Thundercats. No Chimal Cleanse on that bad boy. As another dunk comes out from Asmodan, nearing 100 stacks about 4 minutes in. He keeps still working on the objective. Overpower onto Leoric. Murda Dwarf tosses in. Falstad barrel rolls in, looking for those auto attacks onto the Sylvanas target. And she will be shut down. Going full Shadow Dagger build. No Festering Wounds level 7 to get the easy stackage. Dunk from Asmodan continuing. Diablo looking to maybe find some sort of CC. Stark is going to get pulled out of position. Asmodan trying to maneuver his way out of this. Will be able to back off. Not a whole lot of mana left on the Asmodan. 7 and rising Skeletal Defenders on the left-hand side. 12 or so for Chimal Blaze fans. Oh yeah, the Twitch Gamble's about to end. I just realized. I completely forgot that I started one up for this game. Miller getting low. Chastise does connect, but Schumann trying to back away. Diablo continues the engagement with a Shadow Charge into the Falstad. A drag onto Falstad. Does he have a barrel roll to get away? Doesn't look like he had the available buttons, and maybe there's just a little too much CC. He will be taken down, and second kill for the side of Chimal Blaze fans. Objective phase looking pretty good. Diablo with another Shadow Charge onto the Anduin this time. He's getting pressured heavily by the tower shots and Schumann's auto attacks with that little mini stun from the Skullcracker. Leoric is able to land the Drain Hope and take down Diablo's health bar. It is a very close objective phase. Malfurion taken down by the Nexus forces. And I do believe the Green Shell Enjoyers, or the backwards Green Shell Enjoyers, are going to be able to grab this. Falstad barrel rolls in, looking for the Sylvanas kill, but should be able to take down Chess. Someone will get that last auto attack. No big deal. Nice attempt from Stark right there with the dunk. Would it have killed? I don't think it would have. I don't think that would have killed. I want to say there was like I think it's 251 damage. I don't think there's any augments to raise that. And I think I saw Chess with 350, so the Hearth would have been canceled, but Chess would have been fine, I do believe. Punisher jump over here onto Diablo. A Chastise going out from Anduin. And Diablo's souls are maxed out currently. Looking over at Dahaka in mid lane. Does have 4 stacks on his enhanced agility. Nice little push-up from Falstad and bottom. Asmodan dunking down over there to try and get a few extra stacks. 180 currently, so getting close to having the Wrath value. Also using that Globe of Annihilation to scout out, see if the enemies are on that camp. No information to be gleaned from that, I do believe. Or I guess maybe there is, since they notice no one's over there. Iron on the left with Thundercats finishing out that. Impaler camp. Sylvanas threatened by Burden here, so he's going to have to activate Avatar. The Mind Control does connect onto Leoric. A big piercing Stormbolt onto 2. And Schumann able to Dwarf Toss away. He does have that 5% cooldown reduction on his Heroic. Yeah, 5%. It's like 4.5 seconds, I believe, per Thunderclap. Gust into the corner. The dunk might have missed. The Dragon's Arrow. There's a beautiful Holy Word Salvation that mitigates so much of that damage. Malfurion falls to this Muradin, and so will Falstad. It's a trade right now for both sides. Healer for auto attacker. Leoric, though, wasn't even in this engagement. He was just up kind of doing double soak duties, and he's able to push things up in top lane. Asmodan did summon one of his lieutenants right there, so those will tank a few tower shots. Speaking of Asmodan, he is done with that Wrath. What does that mean right now? After gaining 200 hits, after gaining 200 Annihilation, hitting enemy heroes with Glove of Annihilation increases the damage of Asmodan's next basic attack against them within 3 seconds by 85% of the Annihilation he has. It was just like, that last sentence threw me off for a second. So it does continue to scale up to that 400, of course. But you have Bombardment for the extra autos. You've got cooldown reduction with Battleborn. Really good wave clears. You also have the Tide of Sin. Truly a heroic bubble. Yeah, that Anduin Holy Word Salvation was great. I was thinking there'd be something to interrupt it, but I think Diablo burned all of his CC. And I think Sylvanas started to use Mind Control, so the timing from Thundercats was beautifully done there. Not sure if they were cooldown counting or if it just was like, okay, I've seen a lot of CC that would interrupt me out. I'm just going to go ahead and pop this now. Nicely done. As we continue into mid lane engagement, isolation onto the Murid, and he's going to try and back away from Chest Leader, who is going to have to activate some Essence, burrow under the ground, does some Tunneling Claws, or, sorry, the Lurker Strain level 4. Tunneling Claws a little bit later on in the build. Kalavoth is trying to back away. The dunk from Asmodan might have been avoided, and it's actually Leoric taken down here. Dahaka's rotated to top. It is a 4v4 in the mid lane, but I don't think the members of Backwards Green Shells want to take this right now. IDK White's 85%, I guess that's the sweet spot. Yeah. Your next auto attack crits after dunk. Yeah, that is the more simple way to cover it, absolutely. That is absolutely the easier way. Dunk, auto attack, deal damage. Well, extra damage. Good dunks, though, coming in from mid lane, stealing away skeletal defenders and getting poke onto the enemies. Short distance Haunting Wave allows Sylvanas to back out. We do have the Dragon Strike from Hanzo coming through the objective. Miller getting chunked almost 50% from that Globe of Annihilation as the scatter from Hanzo will be finished out. Diablo finds the Falstad, and it looks like we're having chicken wings for dinner tonight. Swiftwing will fall, the Lightning Breath activated, trying to cook up Leoric, but that's just a bag of hot bones, and he will not go down. Okay, so objective phase. I believe this is the second of the game, going over to the side of Kaimo Blaze fans. Another Duncan from Asmodan. 271 Annihilation. I believe that's Brutish Vanguard level 13 right there for the Demon Warriors and Lieutenants. Gain 25% increased health. Demon Warriors slow nearby enemies by 20%. Diablo Shadow charges in, and Chastise from Anduin was thrown out. Black Arrows from Sylvanas to amplify the siege. A Mind Control onto Leoric. He's going to take a handful of damage with the Leap of Faith pulse into safety. No level 16, no Glyph of Faith. Asmodan dunking the wave, trying to just clear out some extra siege potentials. The Punisher is getting pulled away, and the Black Arrows do expire of the Sylvanas. But this bottom lane fort shall go down. First structure of the map to fall, 11 minutes in. Nice barrel roll from Falstad. Pulls the Punisher, no stun onto him. Really good timing from that. I've never seen a Falstad player do that before. Nicely done, Iron. Alright. 370 Annihilation, 110 stacks for our Sylvanas, 5 Piercing Light stacks on the Anduin, 22 stacks for Falstad on his auto attack, and 7 out of the 10 for Dahak on Enhanced Agility. Simple Geometry Hanzo has been completed. That was a while ago. Sonic Arrow discovers Muradin just above all this, but I don't think they're going to step in without 16 talent here. Alright. Looks like, yeah, that summon, that Demon Warrior, will take down the Impaler. Nicely done from Stark also. Had that triple auto onto the camp from the Bombardment. Cooldown reduction and faster clear. Stark with his Thick Strike. Stark with his Thick Strike. I'm not a Thick Strike enjoyer, but you know what? He gets good utility out of it, so I can't really complain. I really can't. Wow, Falstad flies in, immediately dragged by Chest Looter, has to barrel roll away, a big dunk in. Schumann will not be saved by the Gust right there. And Sylvanas finds that kill with more stacks continuing to build up on that level 1. And Dahaka looking to chase onto Iron. Elongated Tongue was picked up at level 16. Falstad, though, barrel rolling away. Shadow Charge in from Diablo, looking for something, but the Chastise locks him in place. Uh-oh, mid lane? Sylvanas was trying to siege here. Chestlitter steps up, looks for the drag, doesn't land it onto Falstad. But it looks like our Falstad player will play things safely and back off towards the keep front gate, rounding to bottom lane with the allies as the mid lane fort does go down. Arcane Punisher coming up soon in the top lane, and this fort in top, by the way, is 1,503 HP. Okay. So we'll have camps on the right and left to be grabbed. Bit of a slowdown in the pacing on this one. Leoric to soak up bottom lane. 20 talent tier. Still a little bit to go here for both sides. Malfurion Diablo, but doesn't look like Asmodan's going to step too far up in this lane. And he's just going to go ahead and summon some warriors and lieutenants. Dunk the fort here, almost take it down with one Globe of Annihilation. Funny enough, Asmodan needs a singular stack. And he'll get it. Oh no, he's just going to focus on the fort for top. Okay. Easily done. One auto attack on a target that's below 75% HP. Or a dunk right there with the Tide Sin activated. Oh, Sylvanas getting caught out by Leoric. Apparently there was an Entomb lockdown right there as well, but now Diablo trying to make something happen. A Gust onto Malfurion to zone this Diablo. Does he have souls to buy back in? He does, and those will be expended. Drag from Dahaka interrupts the Holy Word Salvation, and Anduin does go down. Chestlooter with that little, I guess you could say, flank into the Anduin. Surprise. A surprise. That cup of tea is done. Wait, hold on. Diablo in top lane. Dahaka's going to brush talk in. Finds the Leoric on the left-hand side. Was able to get the Wraithwalk just after, I think, the drag connected. 20 talents here on the right-hand side. Call the Dark Lady. The Dragon awakens. We do have our Contagion Isolation. Lunar Shower for our Malfurion, as well as the Hellgate Diablo. Half a level to go for 20, and it seems like with Leoric in mid lane, Falstad in bottom, split soak to get to that 20 talents here. They still have the fort in top lane, so at least they have that defense and a little bit of a buffer for the objective phase. Schumann will grab this camp for the mid lane wave, and just trying to rapidly gain up to that level 20 from camps and minion waves available, and not too bad coming out from backwards green shells. All right, Wind Tunnel, we do have the Pride for Asmodan, as well as that Burning Despair with the Burning Despair, Crushing Hope, as well as the Unyielding Despair at 13, 16, 20. Rewind for Muradin, and then we have the Holy Word Salvation upgrade, the Light of Stormwind, I believe is the name. So basically, Holy Word Salvation is an 80-second cooldown. It lasts for 3 seconds. And Light of Stormwind, once your Holy Word Salvation ends, you reduce the current cooldown by 60 seconds. So technically you get like a 16, 17 second cooldown on Holy Word Salvation if you get the full duration. If not, you get the full, 80 second cooldown, excuse me. Very unique level 20. Cool to see some Holy Word Salvation games, not just, oh wow, an Anduin, another Light Bomb. Mind Control onto Muradin, he gets the Avatar activated. Sleep Root from Malfurion, as we do have Muradin still chasing in. Barrel Roll in from from Falstad. He actually went into Boomerang level 7 for the armor debuff, but also the extra damage on the explosion. Wind Tunnel into the corner! The Entomb from Leoric setting up that kind of pincer moment, but it still is Leoric, Hanzo, or I don't know why I keep saying Hanzo. Leoric and Falstad going down. Lightning Breath activated by Diablo. Canceled early. Cheslitter trying to step up, but hit with a Chastise locked in place. Diablo souls are full. Asmodan Dunk almost taking down the Sylvanas right there. There's a chunk of damage onto her. Frozen Punisher will be up next in the bottom lane. Should hear the announcement for that in roughly 30 or so seconds. The nice thing with these dunks is the easy wave clear from afar, so just clear these out safely. Don't need to step up into the wave. No CC craziness potential from our Dahaka or Diablo initiating. But there's also Thick Strike for our Asmodan. He's got the trample, so he's got a little bit of mobility to get away from the enemies that try and dive onto him, or even a potential tool to utilize a initiation. It's like a 60% slow. Yeah, 60% slow for 1.25 seconds. Okay. Scatter's coming out. Camp on the left in 19 seconds. It's just the waiting game. And I guess we actually are a little bit longer than I anticipated for the Punisher announcement. A bit longer. Camp and bottom will be grabbed. Little poke from Shumina from the Stormbolt of Muradin. Some danger pings on the right-hand side. The Hawk will grab top lane wave. Brushtalk and Flight should be available. I'm just going to double check here. Flight is available, and I haven't seen Brushtalk from Dahaka in a while, so yeah, he's got that as well. There's the announcement. And another chunk of frames were dropped. It's like, not that big of a deal, but like another 5,000 frames dropped at some point. Seems like stream may be a little bit behind, but I don't think it's affected people's viewership. I don't know if anyone's really been affected by it. The transcoding should pretty much just take over and allow us to have a fluctuating bitrate to the point where, like, the stream quality will drop, but you shouldn't actually drop the stream. At least that's my understanding of it. Hopefully it's the case. All right. 17 skeletal defenders on the left-hand side. Leoric right now, shadow charged into the wall, overpower, into the root. Malfurion gets the, mind control from Sylvanas goes out, but Leoric gets his Wraithwalk out in time. Lightning Breath almost cooking up Falstad, but Hanzo actually gets the scatter and takes him down. Holy Word Salvation on the left-hand side. I think it was interrupted right there. No, it wasn't. 14-second cooldown currently. As Cheslitter does land the elongated tongue into Muradin. Beautiful scatters, and the Moonfire from Malfurion is actually what takes down the enemies right there. Cheslitter now working through some of these skeletal defenders while the rest of the team tries to find another kill. Kalavoth breaking away as he doesn't want to keep getting drained by Leoric. As a mind control connects onto the Anduin, can this Sylvanas make a kill happen? She has 169 stacks on that Unfurling Shadows. Damage over time onto Leoric maybe. A good scatter from Hanzo finds the kill. Asmodan trying to dunk in and steal the last few skeletal defenders. He needs 4 more. Might try and go for this dunk, but I don't know if he'll be able to get it out in time. I don't think he's got the cooldown. It's a 10-second cooldown for Globe of Annihilation, and he steals it at the last second from Chesluter. I can't believe it. That must have been like 39 to like 36 or something. Wind Tunnel from Falstad. The Punisher's currently pushing bottom. Cheslitter goes for a drag. Unfortunately lands a minion. There's a mind control from Sylvanas, but no connection. Hellgate in from Kalavoth. He's going to take a heck load of damage from this auto attack Falstad. Does have that percent base damage at level 13. A big dunk from the Asmodan as Muradin dwarf tosses in. Souls to be expended from Muradin, or from Diablo, as Malfurion's also picked off. The Entomb from Leoric is pretty good here. Isolation, Contagion, but it won't splash onto anyone else. And a big old dunk is going to take down that Dahaka. What's up, Migs? So Falstad just making sure these catapults get cleared out quickly. Might fly in to join the allies in bottom lane. Punisher's cleared out. Still 32 on Dahaka, 24 on Malfurion. Dunks are here. Asmodan's got summonables. Mind Control misses, but it's a very low cooldown, already on 12 seconds. Holy Red Salvation's up, not needed. More dunks to clear out the waves. Bit of damage onto the keep as well from the side splash of that. Keep goes down. We're 23 minutes in. Can the members of Backwards Green Shells get this victory here on map number 5 of the day? Dragon Strike going out. Stark Thick strikes out as well. Takes a little bit of damage, but not too much. Wind Tunnel, there's a root. Bit of overlap, but I think the members of Backwards Green Shells are pretty happy about that. Kaimo Blaze fans, though, looking to step up, though. Looking to step up, looking to take a fight. The Auric mind controlled. He's got the Drain Hope applied to a few, but he's still going to go down. Good scatter from Hanzo. Thundercat's picked off as well. A dunk from Asmodan, dealing some damage, but I don't know. Falstad, Asmodan, and Muradin to defend. Sylvanas, I think, will see the Asmodan, but I think the focus is just on to push up the wave a little bit. Speaking of wave, Asmodan's gonna be like, cool. Oh no, he misses the hit onto the camp right there. I think that's what he was aiming for. Nice Stormbolt from Schumann as Kalavoth was looking for the engage on that Shadow Charge. A little bit of poke from Falstad as he has 46 stacks on his auto attack build. 5 piercing light stacks on the Anduin. 184 for our Sylvanas Unfurling Shadows. 67 souls currently for Diablo. Asmodan's done as well as Falstad and... Or excuse me, Asmodan's done as well as Hanzo and Dahaka. Mind Control on to Stark. He's trying to get away from the damage over time, but there's no healing around as the Anduin was picked off. We do have a trade onto the Dahaka, but unfortunately Falstad does get picked off, and it's just the Leoric and Muradin to defend. Malfurion, Hanzo, Sylvanas, and Diablo looking to take down this mid lane keep. Anduin respawning. Arcane Punisher up next in mid. 6 Impalers will make quick work of this. We do have a Mind Control missing Leoric. And Diablo tanks too many tower shots. He goes down. That's actually a huge moment for the side of Backwards Green Shells. They will lose this keep, but they managed to take down Diablo and expend his souls. 200 stacks for our Sylvanas. Let's actually look at the late game numbers, chat. We haven't taken a look at the damage healing experience for a little bit. Let's take a peek as they will cycle through the bottom of your screen while we have some respawns happen. So it looks like Falstad will be a little bit after the objective phase popping, but he does have flight available, so he can fly on into like a safe position on the left over here and then work his way into the engagement. Okay. Sonic Arrow to check. Diablo starts this out. Dahaka on the right-hand side. Falstad, he's going to get a quick wave in bottom. Actually, he's just going to take down these 4 catapults. That's the biggest threat in bottom lane currently. Mind Control does find Asmodan, but he's not pulled too close in. Dragon Strike from Hanzo. Keep in mind, he does have that Dragon Awakens level 20, so you'll see that spammed quite a bit. The Orc on the right-hand side is Drain build at 13, 16, 20, so no Buried Alive. There's going to be Mind Control onto Muradin. Wind Tunnel from the Falstad. The Orc steps in, trying to drain the health of a few enemies. Good dunk from Asmodan. Malfurion Tranquility will be activated. Schumann getting a little bit low. He's also going to get caught by that root. Is there any interrupt onto the Anduin? Yes, there is, but Dahaka still goes down, stepping up like that. And now Muradin with Avatar activated. He's looking to take down Malfurion, and I think he might be able to. Malfurion drops a root. Leoric is not going to get caught by that one. The Punisher will go over to the side of Kaimo Blaze fans, but they're losing so many members. Leoric and Asmodan will be traded here. Oh, Sylvanas 1 auto. It was 2, but still. A lone Hanzo to defend. The top lane Fallen Shaman and Catapults will take down this keep.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
I mean, they lost 4. They get the objective, and things are still okay for Kaimo Blaze fans. Whoa! Whoa!
Blue team's core is under attack.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
That's actually a big deal. That's a very big deal right there. 2,339 damage in 2.8 seconds. Wow, that actually is unfortunate. No, Thundercats! Oh, God. Wow. Wow, what a game. What a fun game. That's why I love the outhouses, man. The NA outhouses are absolutely fantastic. GG's. Kaimo Blaze fans did win that map. Dominant force today.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into the map number 6 of the day. On the left-hand side, we have got backwards green shells with a Brightwing played by Iron, Chess Looter Raynor, Lazy Hydra Garrosh, Miller on the Li Ming, and Werepants playing the Artanis.
The battle begins in
Right side of the map will be Kaimo Blaze fans. We've got an Ekib Greymane, Kalaboth Diablo, Izik Dahaka, Schumann Muradin, and Stark will be your Karazim. Start prediction. Get your gambles in. Let's get going. Let's get you all going here as we have Twitch Gamble up and available. Oh, snap, you're healing? No, you're punching. No, you're punching. Healing is just a byproduct of you being Karazim. It's kind of like car emissions. They're bound to happen, but it's not the intention. Part-time doctors are still valued healers. I agree. Auto attacks coming in onto this Garrosh. Lazy Hydra getting low, but does not go down. Thank you, everyone lurking in Gado's channel. I did see her viewership go up quite a bit, so thank you. I appreciate if you lurk or chat or hang out there. Thank you very much. Good to support our friends. Especially the friends that have supported us so much in the past. Overpower onto Lazy Hydra. Start getting really low! And Garrosh finds first blood for his team. Li Ming getting that reset, trying to find more. Chess Looter once again jimmying his way through Diablo's health bar. That does not sound good. That phrasing is not very good. I have all in on Kaimo Blaze fans every game and will continue to do so. Let's go, Stark. This is one of the games of all time. All time, wow. Gen G would like a word. 23,900 to 1,000. All right. Amateur opponent for the Artanis level 1. Body check Garrosh, Illusionist. Wait, what? I almost missed this. Greater Polymorph level 1, no Hyper Shift? On a solo heal Brightwing? It looks like Iron's preparing for the upcoming patch where Hyper Shift's gonna get nerfed again. Not really nerfed again. I mean, it was nerfed ages ago, but it is gonna get nerfed. The percent's gonna go down by 2%, I think, from 6 to 4, and the cooldown reduction will be nerfed from 1 second per minion death to 0.5 second cooldown reduction on hypershift per minion death. I believe that is going to be it. I can actually cheat here and take a look. Yeah, it's going to go from 6% to 4, and then from 1 to 0.5. Yep. Oh, my apologies. Sorry about that. Greymane takes down the Rainer. How dare you cheat? I mean, I was right, but I like to double check on these things so I can start kind of putting it in my own knowledge bank, if you will. I don't know when we're going to get the live patch. Last time it was roughly 5 weeks from when we had the patch announcement to when we actually had the patch going from PTR to live. I think we're like anywhere from like 3 to 4 weeks since the PTR patch was announced. If you do exclamation patch, you could literally let me know when that YouTube video happened, and that'll be... The YouTube video got released the day after the patch, so we can go off of that. Artanis will be traded for the Kharazim. Sorry, I missed the Artanis death. Freaky, you're not supposed to figure that out. It's all supposed to be subtle. Like, is he really part of Skynet? Brightwing, Soothing misactivated, able to get over towards Miller as the Li Ming tries to throw in more Arcane Orbs. Chestleader with some sustained damage. Speaking of sustained damage, E-Keeb on the right side of our screen, that Greymane is going to be working through the Immortal. Chestleader misses the penetrating round. The swap from the Artanis onto Kalavoth, who's getting a little bit low. Ally toss onto Iron saves the Brightwing, and objective phase number 1 will go over to the side of backwards green shells. Kaimo Blaze fans able to back away here, won't lose out on much. Top lane objective, as the bottom lane has taken a little bit of damage. Top lane is where our Immortal will move in. Sledgehammer level 4 for the Muradin, just as a note as well, so more cooldown reduction post level 10, but also he gets that 350% damage to non-heroic targets. Groundbreaker toss, Schumann hit with a body block as well, or body check to reduce that healing and movement speed. Nice Arcane Orbs raining in. Wonderful damage onto this Immortal right now. Diablo Shadow charges on to Chestleader. Good Thunderclap from Muradin. But that'll be the end of that engagement right there. Our double tank here in top lane with the hyper... I get, like, you could say it's hyper carry Greymane, but I mean, Kharazim offers up a lot of damage, especially with his way of Iron Fist at level 1. Sorry. Started talking like it was Samuro Talons. Way of Iron Fist. Lazy Hydra overpowered, body blocked, and he will go down. That is going to be Dahaka brush-stalking in. He's looking to threaten onto that Brightwing. Does land the drag immediately onto this Artanis, who will be picked off. It is going to be a Feeding Frenzy level 7. Tissue regeneration currently on 4 stacks. Blazing Fist level 7. Either I don't see this very often or I miss it completely. Increase the duration of Deadly Reach by 100% every third attack. Reduces the cooldown of Deadly Reach by 0.75 seconds. Either that's taken very often or I completely miss it because I feel like I don't see that. Isn't it? I think it's usually a dashing talent at level 7, right? It's like Quicksilver something. Yeah, Blinding Speed, sorry. Not Quicksilver. Blinding Speed is often what I see at level 7, so this Blazing Fist is slightly new for me. My build this game is an experiment. Oh, I like experiments. That's part of the reason for the outhouses. Yeah, I'm like, I saw this and I was like, okay, I'm interested. 10 talent here on the right-hand side. Haymaker Muradin coming through. We got Isolation, Apocalypse, Curse Bullet, and I'm assuming 7-sided Strike. Uh-huh. Punches coming in right now. Heck, loads of damage into the Immortal. Good drag from the Dahaka Isolation as well. And Garrosh just got bounced around over there. The Apocalypse from Diablo does hit Werepants, but wait a second. Do they go in for this? Drag from Dahaka went looking. Kharazim dives over the wall, getting vision from the block totem, and this camp is stolen away. First half the Immortal, a Garrosh kill, and the camp steal. My gosh, the members of Kaimo Blaze fans are doing well here. Oh, you like to take it with Insight level 1? You just punch the 100%. Yeah, yeah. I did that. I used to do that for funsies as well. You literally just stand still and just infinity punch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Insight, the Insight cooldown reduction talent at level 1. We don't see many Insight Karazims, though. It's typically Iron Fist. Maybe we see Insight. Rarely we see the Transcendence, I believe is the level 1 name.
The demon approaches the gates of
Well, if you're curious about damage stats, we can actually roll through all of our numbers here. See how things are looking for both sides. Post level 10, Hyperion, Curse Bullet, a lot of things being utilized here. Dahaka Brushstocks on the left-hand side, looking for a flank onto Lazy Hydra, who does get the toss onto Diablo, and the Decimates are good. Suppression Pulse was used recently. Disintegrate from Li Ming coming out as well. Hyperion from Raynor will expire. The Blink Heals from Brightwing getting a charge back right here. But this Immortal almost takes down bottom lane Fort. Down to, I'd say, 1,500. Oh, I'm wrong. It's 757. A rotation into top. Murden Dwarf tosses in. Looks like he's got heavy impact from level 7 right there. Have to double check really quickly and see once we're done with all this stat checking. Usually it's a... it's the Skullcracker, but heavy impact might just be that slow they need to close the distance for Greymane and friends to jump in. Dahaka burrows under the ground. Doesn't activate any Essence. Indomitable activated from our Garrosh as the drag goes fishing and finds a minion. Apocalypse from Diablo. No connection onto anyone from that. Does zone for a moment. And Schumann will Hearth out for full mana. Stark as well. Next Immortal phase will be announced in about 30 to 60 seconds, and it will be in the north-south positioning. Dahaka can use Brushstalker in 5 seconds if you wanted to know. Haymaker off of cooldown. No, it's not heavy impact. It is Skullcracker. Okay. But Dwarf Toss doesn't have a baseline slow, does it? It does have. Oh, wait, no. That's just the 30 armor. Never mind. I swore I saw a slow, but I guess I'm tripping. Murden, able to launch away, gets the Haymaker, pushing back the enemies. Chestlitter, ally tossed in. Diablo, he's like, I don't know how to get out of this one right now. Bottom lane Fort does go down to the Dahaka. Diablo polymorphed into a pig, and the concussive blast, the magic missiles find all 3, and they're looking to trade. Unfortunately, there's no trading to be had. It's going to be Reset City for Li Ming, and a triple kill comes through for the backwards Green Shell Enjoyers. Oof.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Okay, so no one saw that double stun. We were looking at Artanis getting a camp in bottom. Totally.
I must take up a new position.
A new Brushstalker's up in 40 seconds. All right. Immortals will just move to the new north-south positioning. Diablo trying to find an engagement here. 7-sided strike from Karazim. Curse Bullet comes through. That's going to be Apocalypse onto Garrosh, but he gets the Indomitable in time. And the Immortal, with nearly full shielding, goes over to our blue squad. Backwards Green Shells. It's a drag onto Lazy Hydra, but Stark is going to get thrown out of position. He's got a heal, and it won't be taken down by Chestlitter because the Haymaker pushes that Raynor back. 60-something HP on Stark. A Stormbolt pierces through. Chestlitter and Lazy Hydra is so very low. Chestlitter now being threatened, so is Werepans, but they take down the Raynor first. The Immortal is still pushing in bottom lane, just gotta point that out. Artanis would be picked off. It's a triple kill for the side of Kaimo Blaze fans. So bottom lane Fort is going to be taken down. Oh, well, maybe not. The bottom lane Immortal will be taken down. The Fort will be laughed alive with about 5k HP. 4,920. I was close. I was close by 80. I was close by 80. Groundbreaker from Garrosh checks the bush. I don't know if Diablo is seen rotating to top, but he's definitely seen in the minion wave with those fire stomps. 16 talents here just rolling through as well. Meanwhile, Muradin will be scouted out from Werepants, grabbing this camp. Diablo, he's still trying to get out of here. Arcane Orb gets the dismount, but yeah, that's going to be really about it. Does he get a fire stomp onto Garrosh in time? No, I thought he was going to maybe interrupt him. Artanis does go down, trying to poke at this. That is very unfortunate. Muradin lands the Stormbolt. Is there a Haymaker onto Brightwing? Muradin was trying. He does have Haymaker off a cooldown. He was getting in that positioning to Haymaker Brightwing back towards his allies, but she was wise to the situation, had a Blink Heal available, and was able to jump away safely. Okay, we do have that Dwarf launch from Muradin. Executioner on the Grey main. Honestly, if you go into heavy impact, I feel like that'd be beneficial for the Grey main, especially like that level 7. Yeah, I know Skullcracker's great, don't get me wrong. But with Executioner, like heavy impact would help out quite a bit too. Especially since you went into block at 1 and launch at 16, so. Anyways. Dahaka in bottom lane, Brightwing down there as well. Dahaka's still trying to shove a wave onto the keep front gate. The sidewalls and one of the towers have been already taken down.
There is no escaping my justice.
Spin from the Immortal. Good damage onto the blue Immortal right now from Stark and Iki. Suppression Pulse to delay out the siege right now, or the burn on the Immortal right now. Diablo hit with a Disintegrate, 7-sided strike. I think got one hit. Apocalypse is pretty big right there in the corner. Muradin Dwarf launches in. Haymaker, Greymane gets the kill. Garrosh goes down as well to Karazim's punchies. We do have a swap from the Artanis. Iron trying to get away. Brightwing, one auto attack from Greymane gets the kill. It's a triple for the side of Kaimo Blaze fans. Meanwhile, though, Miller, a few punches in, overpowers, Shadow Charge, another Shadow Charge, mashes Li Ming into the wall and turns her to mush. All right, Artanis. He's going to get a couple twin blades on that Immortal, but E-Keep finishes this out. Immortal will go to top lane since the bottom is being besieged, and it's already dropping below 50%, below 20%, down to 0 as the bottom lane keep does go down. Kaimo Blaze fans with an absolute lead in today's best of whatever for the NA in-houses. Rushstalker available. Muradin looking for the Stormbolt. Diablo lands the Shadow Charge. The Overpower's there. Diablo will be thrown over the wall. He's going to be hit with a penetrating round. Karazim tries to dive in to help out, but Diablo does go down. Souls expended. Hyperion, though, don't know about that Hyperion. It is what it is. The Immortal's here in top lane. Chest Leader going to be working through that health bar. Dahaka pushing up bottom lane. Looking for maybe a drag onto this Brightwing, but doesn't have the distance to be able to do that. Oh, Garrosh getting caught with a drag here. Brightwing blinks in. Decimate from Garrosh. Is there a Haymaker for Muradin? Not for 7 seconds.
The demon has fallen, but he will rise.
Well, Immortal in top lane doesn't even get the entire keep front gate. There still is the gate and 2 side walls available. Onto Diablo. Shadow charges into the wall. Suppression Pulse from the Artanis in this engagement. A few moments as the 7-sided strike from Karazim gets a ton of... Well, it gets some damage, not a ton. Werepants is actually getting extremely low. Stark dives in, and that'll be Dahaka for the kill. Izik. As the 20 Talontiers here on the right, we do have the Grand Slam for Muradin as you see those 2 charges on his Haymaker. Dahaka chasing after Li Ming on the bottom left of your screen. That isolation did connect. Looking for the drag, only finds a minion. Is that a Hush Brightwing at level 16? It is. Hush Brightwing. I did see Stark's, or not Stark, Izik's silence right there on Dahaka. We do have Fist of Legends, so basically gain 50% of the benefits of the other 2 level 1s. So now that's going to have the cooldown reduction for Blazing Fists. So in theory, Stark can infinite Blazing Fists. Unless he's polymorphed and turned into a pig, then can't really punch with those little hooves. So that 7-sided strike activated. Diablo in a rough spot. They're trying to take down this sidewall a little bit since Garrosh is utilizing it to displace the enemies and find these kills. Because that's been, what, 2 or 3 kills that's happened. Haymaker pushes back Garrosh. Okay, Grand Slam, Contagion, Hellgate, and Curse, Gilnean Roulette, actually. So you go, excuse me, you go from 35% down to 30%, so it's a 5% reduction, but you then reduce the cooldown from 30 to 6. So every 6 seconds, you can deal 30% of the current health bar of a target. Current. Not total. That is the difference with Greymane. And no, you cannot use it on immortals or vehicles. Even though someone sat there, argued with me, and I literally hovered this right here, and it says does not affect vehicles. No, Bahamut, you don't know what you're talking about. You can Curse Bullet, the Garden Terror, or Dragon Knight. Well, back then you could be inside the Garden Terror. Toss. No immortal stun. Stark dives in for a couple autos. Meanwhile, Dahaka in top lane, pushing things up. Artanis is trying to get to that level 20 with the help of Brightwing in bottom lane. An offset fight. Potentially favoring the side of Kaimo Blaze fans. There's going to be an ally toss on a chest leader. Garrosh is so low, the phase shift comes through. The Hyperion from Raynor will be summoned as well. Blade dash from Artanis. Haymaker pushes him away. Schumann was getting a little bit low. As the Hyperion zones the enemy's back, Stark diving out to an ally for a moment. Karazim dives in with some auto attacks right now. You're just waiting for this engagement to pop off. There's a huge Apocalypse. Haymaker onto the Raynor. I think that was anticipating to get a kill, but it doesn't. And that is also the actual kill into Legacy as the Curse Bullet does go out. Artanis falls. Murden Dwarf launches in, looking for Chest Looter. Piercing Stormbolt. Haymaker positioning is there, and he's got the charge. Haymaker onto Brightwing right next to Stark, who's going to get a bunch of punchies, but Brightwing's able to blink away. Diablo, does he have any sort of CC? Does he have a Shadow Charge and Overpower? He's got a Fire Stomp. Almost infinite ease. You can, I look pretty infinite on that camp. Yeah, we'd have to go back and look. Oh, wait, hold on. Izek down over here in bottom lane. Polymorphed into a pig. Here comes Greymane. Curse Bullet not connecting. Is there a burrow from Dahaka? Did he already use it? Oh, God. Goodbye. Goodbye, Li Ming. Raynor's alive, though, so no Finland. I thought Bullet just deals an irrelevant bit of damage to a vehicle, and the whole percent-based damage text is ignored. Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yep. Nope, you nailed it there, Stark. Hey, look at that. Execute orders. Burden. There's a Hyperion number 1. Chestlitter tried to back away to safety. He doesn't want to die just yet. Hyperion coming through. Stark tanking a tower shot or 2. That's a Haymaker onto Lazy Hydra. Hyperion is still getting strafe value on top of so many enemies. And our red team is a little low, but it doesn't look like anyone will fall. Meanwhile, things that could be felled are going to be a keep in top lane because this Immortal is definitely going to take it down. Back over in bottom lane when the enemies go to defend, this is going to be Karazim stepping in with some friends as well, and this is Immortal here. Diablo Souls will be expended, but it doesn't matter. Kaimo Blaze fans take another map in the best of whatever here in the NA outhouses. GG, well played. Legacy? What about Legacy? Kaimo Blaze fans truly OP. I would agree. I would agree. Many punchies. You said Legacy? I did? I did my best Sonya impression, but it didn't work. But you played Garrosh. Do I have to clip it? No one clips in my channel, okay? No one ever clips my channel, except for Straubs. You tried to spin to win? I thought you were just gonna yell at people's faces. I thought you were just yelling at people's faces. Ugh. Hey, Zig.
Heroes, prepare for combat.
Welcome back, everybody, into the NA Outhouses. On the left-hand side, we got, well, we got some drafts here, chat. We have a backwards green shells with a Samuro, ETC, Rhaegar, Sylvanas, Arthas. On the right, it is going to be Kaimo Blaze fans with a Zeratul, Valera, Deathwing, Nova, and Abathur. Where is our Plur Ninjas? Where is our Plur Ninjas?
5,
To big gamble on the Abathur here.
2, 1. Let the battle
This is a real strategy that won real games and really pissed off some NGS people. I'm the best grassroots esport player, but I can't figure out how to win against Juice Pirates, so I throw a hissy fit
Blue team draws first
and
blood.
abuse Samuro. What? Wait, what? I'm sorry, hold on, hold the what? I hate rewinding during these, but what? Oh no. Oh no, Lazy Hydra, no!
Blue team draws first blood.
You're gonna make me vote against Abathur? I mean, no one's making you do anything,
Slain.
but, I don't know, maybe an early Abathur death will sway your gamble?
Slain.
Get me out of this game! I'm so sorry, Lazy Hydra. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to. I'm not trying to make you feel bad.
think you're
I did mean to zoom in and watch you die. I would be lying if I said the other. Let's see. So we have the Frostmourne Hungers level 1. The Eternal Hunger. We have got a Way of Illusion for our Samuro. Speaking of Samuro,
Slain.
blasted to death by Nova. Holy shit, we got big gambles on this game, chat. If you want to try and win some channel points, there's a good opportunity for you. There is almost 500,000 channel points on the line right now.
Dragon Knight's power and lay waste to this forsaken.
Rhaegar jumps in, a bite to the face of Ekeb. Sylvanas providing some good sustained damage. The wing flap with the incinerate. Will it be enough? And Ekeb lives to tell another tale, tapping well and taking flight. Does it show the regen? Okay. Well, Sylvanas takes down Zeratul on top. Valera falls as well. Okay. Oh, Dragon Knight's grabbed here as well. All right. The fan loves memes too, yes. Molten Flame from our Deathwing trying to clear out this wave. Arthas stepping up. I think he just stepped up and literally gotten another Eternal stack. Well, Black Arrow's activated. They're chasing it onto Deathwing. There's going to be a bite. Iron shows up on the Valera. Little Sinister Strike in. Werepants with his Frozen Waste active, or the Frozen Tempest active. And this top lane fort will take a bit of damage. Meanwhile, by the way, Dragon Knight in mid is still opening things up, so there is that. ETC. Huh? I thought he was going to go down. Oh, I think he was looking for Abathur maybe, because I think he saw a Locust super close by, but then not the case. Mid fort getting low. Top lane fort on what? 100 and something? Not even. 88. As Samuro runs up here, Mirror Image will not be able to take it down. What, 44? 53. Zeratul gets taken down by ETC. I'm missing all the kills in this game. Abathur, he's just hugging against this wall, afraid that ETC, yep. ETC tanks a tower shot, and Lazy Hydra sees this. Valeera looking to maybe jump onto Schumann here. Haunting Wave, Chest Looter on this Nova does go down. One shot, one kill, but it's Arthas with one swing, one hit. I got nothing. Sylvanas and Arthas do go down. Deathwing getting that double kill. Stark trying to get out of here, and the lunge forward with the onslaught as Ekeeb gets the kill. Siege Giants in bottom lane, still doing Siege Giant things. We do have a Mule available for our Abathur. It is going to be Bribe from Nova, the only hero in Heroes of the Storm that when she uses her full Bribe on a camp, you get the 50% reduction in the camp timer. Vikings had this for a couple months, and then it was removed. Someone's winning big. Someone is going to win big, and we're going to find out who. Sylvanas is bursted down, this time by Chest Leader getting revenge. One shot, one kill that time.
My beloved is gone, but his power remains.
My husband.
Control the shrine and make
Stark leaves a couple mirror images onto this fort through mid. Valeera jumps out, a snipe from this Nova with the pinning shot for the extra slow, and then Covert Ops level 1. You increase the slow to 60% after being stealth for 2 seconds. Crowd Surfer over the wall into this camp. Iron with the Abathur hat. This Valeera trying to make something happen, but Kalavoth has got big damage. But not enough to take down Valeera. 0-2 does fall to the Rhaegar. Camp is not going to be stolen away by the enemy. It is 7-7 in kills, 5 minutes and 30 seconds or so in. Bit of a bloodbath here, as our Valeera will hearth out for full. Nova taps well. Bottom lane siege begins with the black arrows. The siege giants right behind. Nice haunting wave to the high side, just locking down that tower. As the lower one is going to be cleared away. Deathwing dropping down from the sky. Abathur heads to top. Doesn't have a fort for safety, so he's got to be a bit careful here. Samuro trying to get the channel on the objective. Unfortunately, Nova's going to delay that out once. She has a second delay here onto Stark. It's the Abathur hat. Bottom lane fort goes down. Cataclysm across all of that. Back over here in mid. Another delay onto Stark. Over in bottom lane. Singularity Spike connects on to the Sylvanas. Nova still trying to take down Stark in mid. Won't be able to do so. Abathur is actually taken down by ETC in top lane. And down in bottom, Rhaegar gets the kill onto Valeera. The second kill onto Abathur this game. This time by ETC. And I was mentioning he's got to be careful. Those locusts, when they spawn. Whoa, wait a second. Chest Looter didn't anticipate the ETC to show up, I guess, and Chest Looter gets bursted by the cow. Is this series a best of 50? It's a best of whatever.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Okay, a little molten flame out from Deathwing right now. Onslaught in as well. Ancestor healing. Onto Werepants. Lazy Hydra, that's a clone. There's a Syndragosa, though, through this mid lane keep front gate and keep. The Mule gets summoned down. Onslaught in from Ekeeb. Dragonite kicks. The Savage Charge won't move Deathwing, but it does get some damage, so there's that at least. Valeera jumps in. Sinister Strike to initiate. Getting a lot of value onto the Werepants. Abathur hat applied as well. Bellowing Roar. Stark is split, but doesn't look like our Valeera can take him down. Meanwhile, stage dive from ETC, and Abathur is picked off once again.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
ETC may take down Abathur, but he will be picked off. But you know, it's that moral win. You killed the slug bug. Third Abathur death of the game. 11 stacks for our Arthas right now, as Abathur goes and body soaks this lane really quickly. This is Lazy Hydra. You are literally asking for death right now. Now I know ETC just respawned, and I'm sure Lazy Hydra knows that the stage dive is not available, but that right there just I don't like that right there. Near images being cleared away. Stark is the illusion master at level 10, has the micro control of all of those other mirror images. Precision Strike for Nova, Ultimate Evolution, Bellowing Roar, Cloak of Shadows, as well as the Might of the Nerazim. Rhaegar's holding level 13 currently for some weird reason. Not sure why, but we'll find out about that in a minute. Mirror Images cleared away, still working on that level 1, almost done with Way of Illusion, 37. Arthas, Syndragosa, there's going to be a clone, ETC power slides in, and Nova goes down first. We do have Izek on that Zeratul backing away. Lazy Hydra, I believe that's a clone of Valyra, will be cleared out as well, trying to get some value onto ETC. Unfortunately, no revenge kill onto ETC from Lazy Hydra. Arthas, can he close the distance? The Howling Blast! Oh, Iron was supposed to zig, but instead they zag, and that is a kill onto Valyr from the Howling Blast. ETC stage dives in once again. I think he was looking for Abathur and doesn't find him. Abathur's safely behind the mid lane keep. All right. Excuse me. Sorry. Chug down some tea right now. Nova almost takes down the real Samuro. Zeratul trying to help out with that. Arthas on the left-hand side activates his Frozen Tempest. Howling Blast does connect. Chest Looter covert ops immediately, or activates the Rapid Decoy, I think it is, and Chest Looter does go down. Izek now all alone, and I guess he's not that alone. He had an Abathur hat, but the Dragonite sieging onto mid lane keep. Bottom lane, double siege giant camp, pushing onto this. Black Arrow from Sylvanas, ETC able to power slide away from the Dragonite, or as his Dragonite expires. And Deathwing, I mean, he'll show up. He's got a Incinerate right there with that wing flap, but that's the end of it. Stage dive from ETC is available. Abathur is going to clone a Valyra, which is going to be immediately hit with a Howling Blast. Stage dive from ETC, but maybe no one communicated with him that the Abathur had cloned. Or maybe he was anticipating the Abathur clone to be done, so he'd stage dive right as Abathur pops back out. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, though, Nova still chasing after the enemies. A couple autos onto that camp will be disengaged from. By the way, bottom lane, this is still happening, by the by. So, yeah, Chest Looter should die to damage over time. No! Chest Looter had like 3 HP, I think. I want to say Chest Looter had 3 HP. 2 more than he needed. Catapults are here in bottom. Lazy Hydra trying to clear things out. ETC, he's hearthing out. Stage dive's up and available soon, but Nova clears out the minion wave in bottom. And 48% off the core is not bad. You have to leave early today. Hope you have a good rest of the stream. Hey, Darth Looper, thanks for lurking and stuff. Have a great afternoon, and we'll see you next time, bud. Thanks for being awesome. Iron getting low on the Valyra. Zeratul jumped up here as well. Chest Looter trying to help out. They just need to hit one target. Unfortunately, a lot of these targets are full in HP, and Iron does go down. Red Thundercats jumps into the face of Zeratul, and Arthas is able to take him down. Deathwing will be picked off as well. Nova, Abathur left to defend. There's a Syndragosa up in 10 seconds. But I don't think it's going to be needed here. There's a minion wave available. I should think that Sylvanas has Black Arrows up, and yep, she's going to pop that right now. The mid lane keep gets locked down, and I think they just go core and end here. Mule did heal the core back up to 69% HP, so that's nice from Mule. Looks like they're going to go for Dragonite, actually. I mean, ETC can go bottom and stage dive into mid, or actually Samuro could probably send one of his mirror images down and then swap. ETC doesn't have to burn his stage dive. Lazy Hydra clone of Nova. That'll be cleared away in a moment, or it will expire. And Abathur stuck back in the Hall of Storms right now. The Dragonite will be grabbed, but the Mule does come down onto the core. Syndragosa from Arthas. No level 20, no absolute 0. Deathwing drops down to see a bellowing roar to push the enemies away. A Savage Charge does kick down Zeratul in the bottom lane. Chest Looter with that Nova does go down. A Cataclysm away, but ETC's over here. Valyra jumps to the cow, gets the silence. ETC face melt trying to provide some damage. 79% on this core, actually rising over 80. But this Dragonite's here. The core shielding is going to start dropping. The Mule will have a few more moments of health to add to the core. The Ancestor healing coming through onto Kalavoth, as this is a Sylvanas able to jump away, and the Zeratul goes down. 13-minute game. Fastest game of the day. And our Abathur, Nova, Deathwing, Valyra, Zeratul just does not work out. A lot of kills, but no major structures to fall. GG, well played. Beautifully done from the side of Backwards Green Shells. Big payout for this one. Welcome back, everybody. We are here in map number 8 of the day. We have Backwards Green Shells on the left-hand side with a Chest Leader Leorc, Schumann Tychus, Ekeep Kael'thas, Varian played by Kalavoth, and Brightwing played by Werepants. Unfortunate. Right side. Oh! It's happening! Right side of the map, we've got a Stark, Azmodan, Lazy Hydra, Johanna, Iron, Kira, Thundercats, Anduin, and Izek on the Chen. Someone freed Harrison Jones! No Laws of Hope. Die. Wow, that is aggressive. Lazy Hydra, he was just asking a question. He's just asking a question. No need to get so upset. Yeah, the moment I see that phrasing in anything, I was just asking a question. What's wrong? Yeah, no convection? What the heck, Ekeeb? Come on, Ekeeb. Why? No convection? Phase shift from Brightwing onto Schumann right now. Where are all those enormous 1%ers? That is true. Yeah, where's the big gamblers? Where's the big gamblers? That always happens, I feel. Like, we have, like, one big gamble, and then it's just like, everyone's like, my channel points! Anyways, Flame Strike's coming in from Kael'thas. We've got, a little bit of poke damage onto Chen right now. Chest Leader low. Wraith. Oh my god, the phase shift just in time. I think Chest Leader's still dead. Nope, he's not. He's fine. I thought the blood rage and damage over time would be enough from the bleed out, but I guess you just can't make a bag of bones bleed. Taking a peek over here just in top really quickly. The rotation's continuing. Azmodan is going to be going into the Greed at level 1. So after gaining, Globe of Annihilation deals 15% more damage to non-heroic targets. Anything that isn't a hero. And then you also, once you finish it out, the All-Shell Burn, the Laser. You have the range increased by 25%, and the Demon Warriors gain 20% attack speed and movement speed. Forgive me if I'm a bit ornery. Never. Never. Lazy Hydra slowly becoming French. Bonger. The bigger they are for Tychus. Taunt Varian, of course. Magic Spit on the Brightwing. Nothing really crazy to note. Do have the Piercing Light for Anduin. Double Demonic Warriors for Azmodan. Makes sense with his level 1. It does give you a more... It does increase the cooldown. But you have more Demonic Warriors. Gravity Lapse into the grapple. Iron trying to create some space for our Johanna here, and we'll be able to absolutely do that. Phase shift from Brightwing onto Schumann. I don't know if it's the animation, but I'm struggling to see the Brightwing phase shifts this game. I've missed, like, I keep, like, there was the one on Chest Leader, and I didn't even see that there was the animation. Speaking of Chest Leader, down to like 30 HP in this bottom lane. Chen looks like he's putting the pressure on. As we do have Anduin going down in mid off our screen. Varian looks like he was able to jump in with a taunt, and Tychus sustained damage was enough to burst him down, or at least mow him down. Alright, just waiting for the Globe of Annihilation. Yeah, there's nice synergy, nice communication via pings. You snorted at my French, thank you. I do my best to pronounce things incorrectly. That way I get more chat interaction. If I say everything perfectly, people just like sit quietly and chat. But if I say something wrong, then people are like, I must clip! I must tell Baha how he's wrong! You know, every so often you make a mistake on purpose. All right, Twitch Gamble closed with 6K to 7K. Hey, channel points on the line. Something. That's why I miss playing Heroes, so people talk to me. That's why I take weird talents and ARAMs, then I get chat interaction. Bahamut, why would you take that? And then I can meme around about it. When realistically, I have no reason. It's like, I took this talent, I want to try it. I'll see how it works in a game. Dunk from Asmodan. Damage over time onto the Chen. He's going to try and drink up some brew. But Chestloader's got a mace to the face, and that'll be Chen taking down Chen. Due to the fact that he had his stacker. Chastise going out. Varian's the only one to hit. And that'll be Webweaver's descended and ended. Oh, but the bottom lane fort can't be saved by Chess. What is this in houses? Exclamation title. Condemn from the Johanna onto 3. We have Tychus looking to step in here. Does have that bigger they are. Level 4, as I mentioned. Gonna immediately activate the minigun. Oh, a lot of damage onto Thundercats, is able to back away. The blue Webweavers will descend for the side of backwards green shells. The Laser comes out from Asmodan onto Chestluder, but he will not be burninated. No L shall burn onto the old man. Oh, onto the old Bone King. Nice grenade from Tychus. Kira goes in with a revolving sweep. Grapple hook back. Varian charges in. Good condemn from the Johanna. Iron Skin activated, but no kill or punishment onto Kalavoth. No one poops in a lake. Nobody does that. Goodbye, Kira. I've lived in a lake town for over 7 years, and I've never once heard of anyone pooping in the lake. Alrighty, well, top lane, fort front gate will be taken down. Webweaver in mid is cleared away. Bottom is as well. Top lane Webweaver, it got some value. Ooh, Commandeer Odin that will be summoned. Commandeer Odin, Entomb, Pyroblast, a shield wall for Varian and Blink Heal Brightwing. Final strike from Kira will be utilized right there. Asmodan does go into the Demonic Invasion. Bless Shield, Light Bomb, and Wandering Keg for Chen. Yeah, I was gonna say, Chestluder's Giga dead in bottom. Kael'thas landed a Gravity Lapse. That's the global announcement. Pyroblast onto Kira, but I think she's fine. Mega fine. Gravity Lapse, though. Ooh, Crab Asmodan. Nice, he's good. He's good. Final Strike. Hits onto Ekib. Neither team with an available turn-in, but getting pretty close. Bless Shield available in about 20 seconds. Start getting a good chunk turned in. Looks like we'll see Shum and Kalavoth doing the same. Maybe a delay from Chen? No, actually. And actually, Chen's dead. Oh, I don't think. The flash, the damage over time. There's so much damage over time, and the Flame Strike will come through. Luckily, Chen was in a safe spot, so the allies were able to step out and pick up those gems dropped. But still, a 5th kill over to the side of backwards green shells. Up in this map, at least kill-wise, structurally, they're falling behind as Asmodan has buffed out the waves with lieutenants and generals. Or, warriors and lieutenants, sorry. Blue Webweavers do descend. Another dunk out from Asmodan, just trying to clear out a bit of that wave, or at least weaken it. Entomb from Leoric onto the Kira. She activates... What the heck was that? Activated Revolving Sweep, ended it early, dropped her outside the Entomb. That's kind of cool. Tried to grapple hook away. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do so. The Fascia from Brightwing does bolster the health bar of Chestluder. He does not go down. As the blue web weavers come through, Chen flying kicks in, polymorphed immediately, hit with a living bomb, activates a stagger, tries to drink up some brew, and will be able to do so. Chest leader with a few maces onto the Panda Pal. A little bit of flame breath from Chen. Chastise going out from Anduin. Bottom lane fort will fall. Nice web weaver phase from the side of backwards green shells. Ooh, is Stark gonna take my level 16? It's looking that way. I mean, it makes sense with the level 1, to be honest. Also, Hellgate is like OP as all hell. Hellgate is so good. We're gonna be seeing some crit kickers. At least I hope we will. Available turn in here. I think Thundercats and Lazy Hydra do have it. Chen in bottom lane, maybe ganked. Nice Wandering Keg timing. But he's got to use the rest of this mobility to get out of here, and yes, he will be able to. Meanwhile, though, Kira in the bottom rotation. I thought they were going to jump into there. Jump into that. At least I hope we're going to see some crit kickers. I know Stark is partial to the Thick Strike, but his build is leaning me to believe it's an E level 16. Unfortunately, he does get taken down. Fortunately, Lazy Hydra rotates in. Unfortunately, oh, okay, it's all good. I was like, Lazy Hydra gets them, then she gets entombed, but the Jahan is able to get leapt away by Anduin, and he saves her, and Red Web Weavers will descend from the right-hand side. Varian starting to work on top lane. He's doing all right all on his own. Kira maybe looking for something here in mid. Tries to go for the revolving sweep onto Werepants. Doesn't land onto Brightwing. There's also a gravity lapse out from Kael'thas right there. You do Thick Strike with green, number 1. That makes sense. As I said, like, if you didn't take E at 16, that'd be kind of wild with your build. Just because, as I said, with the level 1, I mean, basically, for those that don't know, the level 16, when the full duration of All Shall Burn happens, you summon a Demonic Warrior, and they would also benefit from the greed value. So, it's just, and then you also get really good wave clear with Master Destruction. You also get some free annihilation, hitting enemy heroes with that. So, I think the only decision to be made with this build is level 20. Yeah, because with this build, like, do you want to go for the upgrade on Laser at level 20, or do you just want to go for Pride? Like, I would be very unsure. I mean, even Siegebreaker level 20. Even Siegebreaker with Demonic Invasion upgrade. You've got 3 really hard choices, I would say. Because they all have value. It's just which one will you get more value from. Chest Looter should be taken down in bottom. That's 22 gems. Flush down the toilet. Asmodan in mid may be the subject of a gank, though. Polymorph, Grenade, Leap of Faith is good, no Chymo Cleanse, as the final strike from Kira will be utilized. Is this front page, is it August 14th? Oh, there you go, that's a good answer. Why, do I have like 1,000 viewers out of nowhere? I'd be happy with 1,000 viewers out of nowhere. Lavath low, that's gonna be a flying kick in from Chen. Shield wall saves. Pyroblast onto Stark, who's gonna go ahead and show mastery. Nicely done. I love that it's just like, I'm dead, I might as well just hit my mastery button. Chest Litter on the right-hand side should be taken down. Kael'thas on the left got picked off by Chen. Chen should go out as well. Shield Glare from Lazy Hydra. Revolving sweep. Kira wants to pick up some gems, but she doesn't have the timing. Oh, that's unfortunate. Johanna now rotates back into mid. It is 3v3, a respectful 3v3. Leoric is cheating a bit of death, or at least, no, actually he's not cheating any death because he's not draining the life or the hope of anyone on the opposing side. Okay. So, a few more gems to be turned in. 39 out of 60 on the right. 46 in the pockets of backwards green shells. Asmodan, 342 stacks, working his way through all of that. Look at all those demonic warriors. Kira with a Carnage, little leap of faith out of the Entomb. The All Shall Burn applied, but Kalavoth is able to break that connection. Demonic Invasion, and this is to delay out the objective turn-in. Now the enemy wouldn't have turn-in, or doesn't have turn-in, but still forces them away. And it's not, well, it is a 100-second cooldown, but either way. Nothing to be critical of there. Kalavoth is going to be hit with the laser. The Pyroblast doesn't take down Iron here. What the heck? Here comes the Wandering Keg, mashing Brightwing into the wall. Chest Looter will fall. Somehow Kira's still alive. Light Bomb onto the Chen, but he had no flying kick to close the distance. It's 6-9 in kills, favoring the side of backwards green shells, but this blue team is the one who's losing out. Flying kick from Chen? Nope, doesn't look like he's going to jump in. Just sharing that living bomb with the allies around. Chastise to check the bush. Commandeer Odin has expired. There is enough for the turn-in, but it is spread between quite a few allies here. 3 on Asmodan, 4 on the Johanna, 1 on Kira, 2 on Chen and Anduin, so need to turn in a few here and there. Asmodan's got the rest. He's just going to make work of that wall, use that All Shall Burn, get the Demon Warrior summon, take out those side walls. Leoric is going to respawn here. He's got Entomb available. They should be able to, well, they're going to slow Stark. He summons 2 units. He's going to throw down the laser. Stark is probably dead. And the thing to mention is the enemy team has got the turn-in, but who's got it? It's Kael'thas. Where is he? Over here. Oh, and actually without Asmodan, they don't have enough for a turn-in. Granted, they'll get it off this wave. They literally need 4. They need to just put all of it on one person instead of spreading it like this. But no, I think the chant, yeah, that's going to be turn-in from Ekib. Turn-in from Ekib. Top lane boss pushing up to the keep front gate. We've got our Kael'thas hearthing out from the turn-in. 2 charges, Leap of Faith available for the Anduin. Level 20 will be Siege Breaker for our Asmodan. Radiating Faith will see the Utility Belt for Kira. The Grappling Hook cooldown is reset when hitting an enemy hero with the initial impact of Revolving Sweep and recharges 900% faster if Kira hasn't taken damage within the last 2 seconds. Censure for the Anduin as well as the Purifying Brew. We do have another Hush for our Brightwing player here. Have been seeing a bit more Hush experimentation lately instead of going for the Criterize level 16. Okay, so bottom lane Webweaver going to be managed. Top lane boss got some damage onto the keep. Top lane Webweaver around 50%. Asmodan easily going to dunk into this and be able to burn it down. Okay, bottom lane Webweaver down to about 30% HP. Seems like the members of Green Shell backwards are going to hang around in mid, maybe look for the fight, delay out the rotation into bottom, but I think Kaimo Trips and Blaze, or Kaimo Blaze fans are fine with the fight. There's a charge taunt from Varian. Here comes the Asmodan Demonic Invasion with the upgrade. Polymorph onto the Johanna. She's getting a bunch of heals, enough to share from that brew. Little Leap of Faith. Lazy Hydra lives. The Wandering Keg comes through as well. I can't believe it. Lazy Hydra is going to be able to hearth out, but Iron is definitely going to be dead here. Chen Flying kicks in, or at least the Wandering Keg ends and tries to help out his ally. Condemned from the Johanna. I thought she was going to get some done right there, but no. The Chastise Censure onto Leoric, but either way, bottom lane Webweaver, as I mentioned, this delayed fight is really beneficial for the side of black backwards green shells. What a save onto Johanna. Unfortunately, Kira can't be saved in that moment. Camp is going to be looked at with that big red button. Varian charges in because he has vision, and this will be Camp stolen away from mid. A Leap of Faith charge and Light Bomb is available for Anduin. Bottom lane, are they looking to end here? Orc Wraith walk in. There's an Entomb. Buried Alive is level 20. Leap of Faith pulls out the Entombed target. Johanna activates Iron Skin, steps forward. Chest Looter a little bit low. Mid lane managed by Asmodan. Just gonna burn that down. He did finish out all baseline stackage, as well as that level 1, of course. So has the quest value for the All Shall Burn range, as well as the Demon Warriors gain 20% attack speed. Leap of Faith, big heals onto Izek, and the Chen will not go down. Buried Alive, Big Red Button, Flamethrower, Glory to the Alliance, and Fairy, or Speedy Dragon, right? Speedy Dragon? Yeah. Massive minion wave in top lane that I think Stark has been bolstering with some lieutenants here and there. Final strike from Kira goes out. 35-second cooldown on that one. Top lane keep is guaranteed to go down here. The catapult's fixated, no spawning wave. But someone snuck away and turned in, and Webweaver in top lane is going to descend near the core. Chen goes down immediately. Mithril Mace finished out by Leoric. Johanna looking to finish out Subdue or maybe even get a counter kill here, but nothing is going to be achieved. The Gravity Labs misses onto the Kira, but she is so very low, gets bursted down or run down by Tychus' Commandeer Odin. There's that Webweaver moving on in through top lane, and catapults are on core on the left-hand side. Is there a hearth out from anyone? Looks like Leoric will be able to make it back, and this Webweaver still has a little distance to go towards the core. Leoric is showing in top lane, but still, it's 4v3 favoring the side of backwards green shells. It's a charge, taunt, onto the Johanna. Asmodean dunking out, just clearing out these waves, making sure there's nothing to tank tower shots. I guess like Banner could be utilized, but that's immediately going to be lasered out right there. Bottom lane Webweaver pushing out the lane. Should be cleared out by the rotation from the enemy. Little bush party just to make sure that no one was going to rotate onto the Brightwing Kael'thas bottom. But over in top, that's 25 gems on Chest Looter. Blessed Shield with the Radiating Faith. Light Bomb to follow it up. The allies can't rotate in. This is 25 gems. Maybe lost. Brightwing face shifts in. Wear pants. Is not wearing pants anymore. Brightwing will go down. Leoric is going to be able to Wraith walk out alive. So Leoric lives and Brightwing sacrificed for 25 gems. I mean, for the greater good. Boss call? Boss call indeed. Tychus gonna rotate out. I think there's an anticipated, hey, the enemy's over here on boss. So let's try and get a turn in. Alright, Blessed Shield up in 17 seconds, less than that at this point. Boss and top will be grabbed. Lazy Hydra anchoring for the team, just in case anyone steps up. Blue Webweavers will be summoned, thanks to Chest Looter getting those gems turned in, and a few more, I think, on top of that 25. The boss in top lane coming through. Asmodean playing out of vision, I do believe. Just out of vision. Blue Webweavers are here. Ando and Chen showing on the minimap. Kira, Johanna as well in mid. So Asmodean's the only one missing on the minimap currently, as he did hearth out from that north side of the top lane, just for safety to get over to the allies. Alright, boss has made it to core. It's going to get scratches on the shield, and that's really it right there. Webweaver in bottom, cleared away. Asmodean burning up this wave. Dunking through it as well. Nicely done. Webweaver in top, starting to work on the fort. Getting this fort down would be really, really nice for the side of backwards green shells, as they do, or they will be able to achieve periodic catapult pressure to match the constant that's coming through. Chen with a little flame breath right there. Asmodean dunking out. Tomb of the Spider Queen. A tense map number 8 today, as this is going to be win condition through bottom or win condition through top for both these teams. One good team fight, as we might actually be having that right now. There's the Gravity Lapse from the Kael'thas. Big dunk from the Asmodean. The Rain of Destruction coming through. Kael'thas and Brightwing split by this Wandering Keg from Chen. The All Shall Burn, burninating this variant as the Big Red Button almost takes down Iron and Thundercats. No Leap of Faith, but the heals are coming through. The dunks are going to be denied. The Big Red Button takes down Anduin right there, and a Pyro Blast should guarantee the kill onto the Lazy Hydra. Granted, wait, maybe not with the Iron Skin. Nicely done. Actually turned around and was like, my Iron Skin's going to expire soon. Chen is able to drink up a little bit of brew. Stagger will expire. They're going for it. No Anduin for 43 seconds. Commandeer Odin is about to, or did expire. Flamethrower, double flame strike with the Fury of the Sunwell. Here comes a Condemn from the Johanna. Final strike from Kira, not getting value. Revolving Sweep, not connecting either. Chest Leader able to short distance Wraith Walk away, and he won't be picked off. No Globe of Annihilation to take him down, as the Wandering Keg from Chen is going to try and chase down some enemies, but it's not going to be a kill. As we do have Leoric hearthing out. If he is discovered here, this could be huge! No discovery of Chest Leader. What's up, Last? How you doing, bud? We got crappy games going today. How dare you insult my games? How dare you insult these games? How dare you? Outhouse, get it? No, I don't. Everyone knows that jokes are best enjoyed when they're over-explained, so please, by all means, dissertation on why Outhouse games are crappy. Gravity Lapse into the Buried Alive, but a Leap of Faith will save the Chen, and all shall burn onto Kalavoth, who's trying to get away here. The Chastise will lock down the father from Sun. Light Bomb, Chen flying kicks over, the Wandering Keg, Werepants with the Soothing Mist activated, taunt onto Anduin on the right side, but Brightwing is able to float away. Meanwhile, Chen on the north side is going to be chased by a few enemies. No Revolving Sweep connecting onto Arvarian, as the Pyroblast onto Chen is going to annihilate that Panda Pal. The Red Web Weavers will descend. There is catapults that have arrived through the core, at the core through the top lane. Web Weaver in bottom should manage this, but Stark is going to make sure that that is not going to be a loss condition for his team. Chest Leader in top, taken down by the Anduin. Red Web Weavers have descended, and it's a double kill so far for Kaimo Blaze fans. Dissertation. That's too short to be a dissertation. Where's your intro, body, and conclusion? Where are your sources? Where's your MLA format? God, I hated that in college. You didn't cite your sources the way that I wanted them cited. I will mark you down for your paper. Even though the entire paper's good, you didn't format your sources at the end the way I like them. That is actually a thing for those of you. I'm not joking. That is actually a thing. Imagine getting a lesser grade because you didn't put something in the order that they want it, even though your entire argument was good and well received. Imagine. Well, the Red Web Weaver phase has ended. We're 26 minutes into Tomb of the Spider Queen. What's new with Outhouse games? I mean, 26+ minute Tomb games? Yeah, Final Strike off a cooldown. We have Commandeer Odin and Demonic Invasion, the only two heroics on cooldown. Varian's gonna taunt up as well. Only 48 minutes left of this Tomb game. Spoilers. Charge, taunt, some damage onto the Chen, avoids the Gravity Lapse. Just heads to the corner of the boss pit. Web Weavers are no... Oh, wait, that's a Buried Alive onto Kira. Condemned from the Johanna creates a bit of space and time. Varian now trying to back away. A dunk from Asmodan with some decent damage here. Light Bomb into the Wandering Keg. That is a time for a pause right there. We do have a Pyroblast onto the Lazy Hydra. Fine with 600 or so HP. Disengage happening from Kaimo Blaze fans. Maybe a boss grabbed over here. I think Asmodan gets the scout with that Globe of Annihilation. I definitely think they know. Chen showing in lane. Boss around 50%. Varian steps out with a taunt. Revolving Sweep. Immediately activated. Varian low. Boss is around 1/3 HP. I think I did see. Chest Leader trying to position himself on that point. There is Asmodan ending in mid lane. Asmodan is currently ending in mid lane as the team fight does continue. The big red button, the Leap of Faith, is going to be a Kaimo cleanse. As Boss is going to be worked on, but... Lasers from Asmodan. Hey, Johanna finished subdue at the end. So Johanna got subdone right at the end. Subdone equals insta-win? Kinda. Kinda. Oh, man. That was great. Who won that game? It was Kaimo Blaze fans. Honestly, Lazy Hydra was holding me back all game. I mean, yeah, you just had to get some done, and then they could have won. Reported stinky? That's an option? You can report someone as stinky? Oh, here. Lazy Hydra, I got you. Hold on. Let's see. Warn Stark TV. Custom reason. Way to be right about sub done equal winning. Send warning. There we go. Stark, enjoy your first warning in the channel.